Welcome to episode 8 of the Family Group Chat podcast. We finna do MCU Tier List, and we've seen most of the projects. I think there's a few that some of us haven't seen, but I've seen all of them except for Ironheart. But no one cares about Ironheart anyway, so we'll be just fine. So this is every project. At the bottom, I moved down. I don't even need that. At the bottom, there are some movies. I don't think Deadpool 3 counts as MCU, so I kind of took it off. Fantastic Four also should not count because it's not in the MCU. But we can do those if we'd like to. We can just add them at the end. But then I took off both seasons of What If. There's stuff on there that isn't out yet. No one watched Eyes of Wakanda. Literally nobody. Loki season 2 I took out because you can just count that as Loki season 1. And then Ironheart. Yeah, no one's seen Ironheart. Okay. Iron Man 1, what are we thinking?
A.
I'm feeling B because if S is
hmm
10 out, it is really good. I give it like an 8 out of 10. I love a lot about that movie, but I'm not a
There's
big
very
fan of
few I very few things I don't like about that movie.
the ending isn't great. The CGI is like crazy for 2008. It's better than the current CGI that they have. Terrence
Hmm.
Howard is in that movie though, and he's a goof.
It's so
He
funny.
he's the guy who says that 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 4 or whatever it is. He's also only in like 2 movies, like not a lot of big movies.
I would be okay with B as long as
I
it
just feel like the
stayed
S's are
higher.
so high. Okay, I'll do B. Uh, so there's two really bad tiers for this, but I feel like F is kind of the super garbage, and there is some good stuff about this movie. That would be like all the Hulk stuff, because it's like the only really good Hulk content we've gotten, other than like Age of Ultron, I guess Avengers. They just they just made the Hulk so stupid now. The Hulk just sucks. Oh, but there were brand new day set photos yesterday, and we're gonna have Bruce Banner back and no more Smart Hulk because
Oh,
Mark
that's
Ruffalo was
fire.
on set, yeah, as Bruce Banner. So we'll probably get like normal Hulk, and
Nice.
then yeah, which would be great because that means in Doomsday we won't have Smart Hulk, and we should have normal Hulk and Bruce Banner, which is clutch.
Yeah, it's W.
Um, I'm okay with F, but I feel like E would be fine. And if we want to remove F eventually, we can, but I feel like we should keep both tiers.
I
But
think as long as it's in one of the two, I'm happy.
I'm really neutral either way. Sure, where do you want to put it?
Just put it in E.
Okay. Edward Norton's good in that movie, not gonna lie. Okay, Iron Man 2, bro, there's so much going on in this movie. There's like 12 plot lines.
Yeah.
I like the War Machine fight, the fight with him and Iron Man in the little like creek area. The
Yeah,
fight
I,
is
I
really
like that a lot.
sick. And they're fighting like all of the
There's a lot of
the he- Oh,
good bits, I think.
I love Justin Hammer in that movie. He's actually really, really funny.
And you get
He's
the
coming
fire
back.
court scene.
Yeah. I really like that bit. I don't like the Russian whiplash. Oh, you do get the suit up. The one where he like grabs the suitcase and puts it on him on the racetrack. That's really cool.
I feel like Iron Man 2, the point felt so much more like cool moments than
Yeah,
like
exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
a synchronous piece of media as a whole.
Because there are a lot of good moments in that, but there's just
I would
so much
definitely
going on.
I would definitely put it C.
I'm thinking a high E.
Really?
Yeah.
That
It's
movie's
just Elon
enjoyable.
Musk
It's
is in that.
fun. This is true.
How long is it? Let me see. If it's like overly long, I'm gonna be mad.
It's
I
124 minutes.
Okay, that's a good time. It is really fun. I don't know. I am still thinking E though, not gonna lie.
I would put it C.
Sure, what are you thinking?
Just yeah, C works.
Y'all are idiots. Okay. Thor, that's so mid. That's like the most mid 5 out of 10 I've ever watched.
Yeah,
I don't know how they got Anthony Hopkins to play Odin, bro. That's crazy.
I didn't even realize that at
Yeah,
first.
it's actually insane. There we go. It's they wasted Natalie Portman as what's her face, Jane Foster. She was a big name at that point too. Loki, okay, Loki's really good in that. Loki is good in like everything though.
He's just a
Also,
very well written character.
I want to point out for how much stuff they made because the entire Infinity Saga basically fits on one row. And then you have two more rows.
That's
And
crazy.
this took like 12 years and the rest of this is in like 5 years. That sucks. Did
Oh.
way too much
Ah.
stuff. Half of this movie is shot with Dutch angles though, and it's really distracting.
Mm.
I actually I like everything that isn't on Earth. I like at the beginning where they go to like the frost giant place and Thor is like talking to the all the like whatever you call them, his like three friends,
Hmm.
Lady Sif, and I like all their banter. But then he gets sent to Earth and it low-key sucks. Also, Hawkeye's in that. They introduced Hawkeye in this and he doesn't shoot a single arrow. He doesn't even do anything. He aims in at Thor and then Coulson's like no, and he's like all right.
Thanks.
And that's the introduction. He should have just been introduced in Avengers. There was no point in that.
Um,
Who's the villain of that? Oh, the stupid little like a robot that shows up
yeah.
in New Mexico.
Hey, that thing is really interesting to play as in Lego Marvel superheroes, though. I wish they let you play him big, though.
Like whenever you beat
When you,
Galactus and you play Galactus and he like sucks.
yeah, exactly. You can still use a little beam because whenever I would play Lego Marvel superheroes, what I would do, right, is I would just find a street and I would just sit on the side of the street and then I would take like Iron Man or like this dude from Thor and I would just point a beam across the street and all the cars would drive into it. And that was peak. That was really fun
I
as a
love Lego
child.
Marvel superheroes.
That was the strat.
Um, I think
This
it's
movie isn't good though.
I
This
think
is like
okay.
this is an E above Thor, I think. The plot is so boring.
Yeah, I think
It's
that's
not
valid.
interesting.
Okay, this is my baby. Y'all gotta hear me out. This is like almost S tier. This is one of the greatest comic book movies ever made. I could talk about this movie forever. I love this movie. I want to go A tier, which is
Yeah.
gonna be a hot freaking take. But
Really?
oh, people do not like this movie. I think it's in my top 20 comic book movies. Let me see.
That's
Uh,
stupid.
no. Let me
No, no,
see.
I'm saying it's stupid that people
Oh,
dislike that. I
bro, I
love this
love
movie.
this movie.
The
Oh,
first Avengers is
the I had a
incredible.
date. The I had a date scene, and then like you're gonna be. Oh my God, I cry every time where he's like putting the ship into the ice, and then Peggy is like talking to him, and so they're like,
Oh,
"We'll play something real slow," and then it like cuts out, and then
I
it like,
think it's the perfect Captain America.
yeah, it's like the perfect. It's a period piece. It's so good. It's awesome. I love Red Skull's
Mhm.
pretty fun in that movie too. Bucky. And there's so many like they ref this movie's like really important, especially with like in game so like they reference this movie like with
I
all the
mean,
Bucky stuff and then
I think sure they focus a lot on Bucky and the Winter Soldier because he's the Winter Soldier, but I
yeah.
think they wouldn't care enough about Bucky with things like Thunderbolts if it weren't for the first Avenger, just because he's so well like personified and they make you care about him
Yeah,
very
and then
well.
they like perfectly introduce those ideas because whenever Cap and the I forgot whatever they're called, they like free him from the thing and he was like hooked up to all the stuff in the Hydra base and you get like the hints of him being Winter Soldier.
Hmm.
That stuff is so good.
It's
And
it's fantastic.
I love the freaking the song that they play where he's like selling all the bonds and stuff.
Oh yes,
That scene is so cool.
I love the marketing sequence.
Yeah, that's what it is. And he's
Entirety.
like
It's
doing all this
perfect.
stuff, and then they show that he like doesn't freak with that, and then he goes and talks to the whatever the friggin' army men, and they're like throwing stuff at him, and he's like trying to be nice. I love that stuff so much.
And then all the stuff with Howard Stark
Yeah,
is awesome.
might be S. No, A tier.
A tier, A tier.
Underrated comic book movie.
Hmm.
Okay, now we have made for TV mid garbage. Thoughts?
I like it. I think it's really good.
It's
It
like
is really good.
a
It's a
it's
classic, unironically. I would give it A. I mean, it's like a timeless movie, honestly. I mean, it changed comic book movies like and blockbusters.
it has influence.
It has insane influence. It's like the reason that everything else, every comic book movie after 2020, after 2012 works because of this movie. And like they all take inspiration. It's like I don't know if I would call it like an actual masterpiece, but it's like perfect for what it is. It's like the perfect like just superhero movie. Also Loki in that is really good.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Loki is so good in that movie.
the penthouse scene is really freaking good.
Yeah. Hulk is good. That's one of the three good like appearances of Hulk too. Actually, he's kind of cool in Ragnarok a little bit. Still, he's really good in that movie. Bruce Banner's like an actual compelling character.
Hmm.
I
No,
think
this movie is
Captain
incredible. I actually love this movie. The more I think about it, the more I realize that I'm like, no, this movie's actually really
Yeah,
good.
I do love this movie. The character work for all three of them is great.
Yeah.
I love almost
Hmm.
everything. I would go A tier, but if y'all want to put it in S tier,
Nah,
I won't mind.
I think A is perfect.
Okay. Absolute banger. I love that movie. Okay, Iron Man 3. So I don't get why this movie ended with Tony Stark destroying all his suits. Like, did they just not think they were gonna have Iron Man appear in anything else ever? That was stupid. That was a dumb decision.
That was stupid.
I think this movie's like really fun, but it's like the most 7 out of 10 just good, but like not really any substance movie
Not
ever.
outstanding.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
love. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man is always good, but like that's easily the best part of the movie is just his performance. The
Like this.
villain is a downgrade as well.
Hmm.
The fake Mandarin.
Yeah, that was really annoying.
I also hate the random side chick that he slept with at the New Year's thing or whatever that like bet betrayed him in this movie or whatever. That's like really obvious that she's working with Aldridge Killian is his name. He sucks too. He's boring. Um, oh, Iron Patriot. Rhodey works for the government. I think that's kind of stupid, but it's pretty enjoyable. I would say like C or B. I don't really care.
I'm not gonna say B.
Okay. Do we want to do C tier?
Hmm. See.
Is it better or we could rank them honestly. This isn't too hard. Do you want to do I think it's better than Iron Man 2, pretty clearly. It's better.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
What about these two?
I like watching First Avenger more than I like watching Avengers. I think I find the First Avenger more enjoyable,
I do
personally.
too. Not gonna lie, I think those are both really good though. But I would have First Avenger above. I wish
I
there's
would,
just I just wish I could give it 10 out of 10 so I could be a like 5-star shill for this movie, but there's just a couple things that aren't great, like the ending, but not the ending. The ending is with Peggy is good, but
hmm
whenever they get too, there's just too much Hydra nonsense.
yeah. I would put Thor above Hulk,
Okay.
though.
I would too. I would absolutely put Thor above Hulk. This movie is not very good. That's Carrie's five. That's the Carrie's favorite MCU movie. 5 stars. The Incredible Hulk.
That's the most contrarian take I've ever heard.
That is. I know. Like, there's no way that you watch that movie and give it 5 stars. Like, how you're that just no brain power involved in that decision. I don't understand it at all.
Ugh.
Okay. I
Mm-mm-mm.
hate how important this movie is because of in-game
Yeah.
and the ether.
Well, and what's funny is I'm pretty sure like the ether wasn't even supposed to be an Infinity Stone at
No,
first.
yeah, it wasn't.
And then whenever James Gunn was writing the collector scene from Guardians, they're like, yeah,
That was one of
that's
them.
the Reality Stone now.
Yeah, same with like the scepter and the tesseract.
Yep. Yeah, no,
Uh,
no.
the only good thing about this movie is Loki, and Loki every time Loki's on screen, it's like enjoyable, and his he and Chris Hemsworth are such like a good duo for this
I do really
franchise.
like a lot of visuals from this movie.
There's some pretty good stuff,
There are specific moments that are very
but
pleasing to the eye.
it just sucks how important it is because it also has their mom dying, and it also has Loki being like the taking Odin's place or whatever, and that's all
Yeah,
really important stuff. But like no one wants to rewatch it. Also, how long is it? Because if it's like
it's a
over
good
2 hours,
question.
that sucks. Dark.
It definitely is. I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
It's just under. Okay, that's not bad.
Oh,
I Asgard does look really good in this movie. The CGI is not bad. This is the most nothing movie ever, but the poster kind of looks really tough. Carrie gave it 4 stars, bro. What is this? Awful take. I'm gonna go F tier. I think that's the first F tier. This movie sucks. The only good thing is Loki, which is why I'm comfortable ranking it above other stuff that we put on F tier.
yeah. And Loki is just always going to be good because that character is incredible.
Saves everything. Okay. Winter Soldier,
Hmm.
Oh,
that's a banger.
it's peak.
I give it like I give it 4 stars. I think it's a little overrated, but it's really good. The Captain America trilogy. What's better, the Captain America trilogy or the Guardians trilogy? What do y'all think?
Guardians.
I think the Guardians trilogy is better. I think
Yeah.
I think because the Captain America trilogy is trying so much harder to be like locked into the MCU universe, whereas the
That's
Guardians feel more
true.
separate.
That's true. The Guardians are more
So
separate. I agree with that.
I from that I appreciate the Captain America trilogy because it does that very well. It's like it makes a lot of the characters so much more entertaining than they appear in other projects. But Guardians is so good on
Yeah.
its own that it's like,
Plus Civil War is basically an Avengers movie. So if you're gonna be like, let's watch the Captain America trilogy, and you watch those, like it won't make sense unless you're watching the Avengers movie that happens in between those. But with
Hmm.
yeah,
Guardians, you can kind of watch everything except maybe like some stuff from Endgame and Infinity War, and you can just watch the three Guardians movies. So I would
yeah,
say Guardians is better as a trilogy, but ratings wise, it's pretty close. But I just barely see Civil War as a Captain America movie. It's a Avengers movie without Hulk and Thor is what it is. Anyway, I think my favorite part of this movie is like the speech that he delivers in Shield, trying to get everyone to like rally and fight the freaking Nazis. I think that part is awesome.
yeah,
The the Captain America trilogy has so much good like dialogue and like iconic lines.
yeah.
They reference that a lot. Nick Fury in this movie is really good too. This is probably the best Nick Fury is, I'm not gonna lie.
I
I
don't
don't think
remember him much,
he's
honestly.
in a lot of it. He's the Winter Soldier tries to blow up his car and then he like digs down in the tunnel or whatever. Oh, I also like how at the end of this movie he puts on the first Avenger suit and then he goes and fights on the helicarriers. Oh, all the action on the three helicarriers is sick. And then the scene with him fighting Bucky and he's like, I'm with you to the end of the line, and then
Yeah,
they fall through and then Bucky saves him from drowning. That's good stuff. I
that's
love that
true.
scene. That bit is awesome. Black Widow's hot. Really hot.
And period.
Falcon. The end credit scene of this movie is an Age of Ultron setup with the Maximoff twins. Um, I would very comfortable A tier.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I would put it here, but I understand putting it here. What do y'all think?
I think in the middle. I think that's where it deserves to be.
Okay, me too. Uh, A tier. I mean, that's this is peak. The only
It's such a good movie.
if Ronan in this movie was good, it would be an S tier. But Ronan is so mid. I think John C. Riley's character in these movies is underrated. Actually, he's like just in this movie, and then he gets blown up by Thanos. I think he's really funny. I
Yeah.
rewatched recently whenever I was watching all the stuff leading up to Superman. I watched like all the Guardians stuff. So I watched Guardians 1, Guardians 2, then I watched the freaking I Am Groot random mini series, and then I skipped the scenes for Infinity War and Endgame and watched just the Guardian stuff. And that's just like such a good like franchise within the MCU. And this is also like the reason James Gunn is doing everything is because of this.
It is that's
This
amazing.
banger. Chris Pratt as Star-Lord is one of the greatest comic book movie castings as well. He's so funny. What was the tweet about what if James someone asked James Gunn to change the soundtrack to like something else,
Oh yeah,
and he was like,
yeah. 'Cause he
absolutely
had
not.
stuff from like late 60s to like early 80s, and then he had like board members be like, maybe you should make it like 90s because people aren't really gonna rock with this. And it's like one of the most praised soundtracks
Yeah,
in
exactly.
in recent media.
Horrible studio note.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. This was also the first example of Marvel taking like no absolute freaking nobodies and then making like $1 billion and everyone knows Groot and stuff.
True. Maybe except for like Zoe Saldana.
That's true. I mean like
He's talking about the
the
characters.
characters
Oh, I got you.
like Gamora and Drax and Groot.
Yeah.
Like who is that? Rocket. I would go. I'm trying to think of what's S tier, and I feel like there's stuff. The stuff that in my head is S tier is just so much better than A tier, but I want to put this in A tier, even though.
I
What do
feel
you-
like the first movie, I feel like the later ones will probably end up in S for me, but the first movie is high A tier.
Okay, I'm comfortable putting it above First Avenger.
I am too.
Okay, that soundtrack is so good. Age of Ultron, underrated. I
I
don't get why people don't
love
like
this
this
movie.
movie. I don't get why people don't like this movie. I will never understand the hate for Avengers Age of Ultron. I don't get what they don't like about it. It's also like the best looking Avengers movie, maybe probably other than Infinity War. But for like the first Avengers movie is kind of ugly. Civil War is ugly. Um, but this movie looks really good.
This movie does look really good, and I think I love Ultron as a villain
Oh,
because
Ultron is so
he's
good.
less complex than Thanos, but he's so much more entertaining for me. Like, I don't know.
That
I think they
performance
picked the
is so
perfect
good.
voice actor.
Yeah, James Spader is just crazy.
His delivery is incredible. I think his character design is fantastic for the movie. Um,
Scarlet
I don't
Witch
know.
is really good in this movie too. She has like a really good character arc, and then at the end, she like goes out and talks to Hawkeye, and then she runs out and starts killing all the robots, and then she's the one that kills Ultron, takes his heart out and stuff.
hmm
And she
I
has a
love.
very understandable backstory with Pietro with the Stark bomb landing
Yeah,
on their faces or whatever,
that's incredible.
and then being raised
And
as like lab experiments.
I love the conversation between Vision and Ultron, where they recognize the same issues with humanity but have different outlooks on it. And it's a perfect dichotomy for those two
Mhm.
characters.
Yeah, I agree. Vision's also in that. Thor is cool in this. Oh, I love the house party scene. There's so much good like
Yes.
fun dialogue in that bit.
Incredible way to humanize such like higher than life characters.
Yeah, I don't know if I really like Hulk and Natasha's relationship. I don't think anyone does, but I honestly think it makes sense. It's just the fact that they dropped it. I know that's a pretty controversial part of that movie. There's a one shot in that I think is better than like the Avengers one where they're in the church basically, and they're fighting all the Ultron bots, and then the camera goes around them, and it's like all six Avengers plus Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Yeah.
And the bit where Vision like grabs Ultron's face and then hacks him or whatever. I don't know. Whatever they do with that. I would go. This is a lot of freaking A tier stuff.
I know.
I think maybe a high B tier.
I think that's fair, yeah.
Okay.
I think it does a lot really well, but it also lacks in a lot of areas.
Overhated. Ant-Man. Who cares about Ant-Man, bro? It's actually
Very
really well
entertaining movie.
shot. It's one of the better shot Marvel movies, and people don't talk about that. Um, it's funny. It's actually I think it might be one of the funniest MCU movies because it's not like trying so hard. Like
Hmm.
it's not quippy. It's like actually funny.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd is really good as Ant-Man. I don't know if I like Hank Pym that much as a character. Honestly, he's kind of annoying. I would say like C tier. It's just kind of average.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's better than Iron Man 3 though.
It is, definitely.
Yeah. Civil War. That I think that I would have put this in low S tier.
Wow.
Civil War is gas. The only problem with this movie for me is that it's like ugly 80% of the time. If it weren't so hard to look at, I would genuinely put this like I have it at a 5-star movie. I love this movie. The best, maybe the best MCU scene for me is the fight between Bucky, Cap, and Tony at the end of that movie. The score for that is insane, and it's like really emotional.
Yeah.
I love this movie. This movie is so good. I don't know how. I guess they just the plan for this movie is crazy. I would say I was in my head. I was like, I wonder how Joe Russo pitched to Kevin Feige it when it was like, our next Captain America movie needs everyone. But I guess they kind of just planned it to be basically an Avengers movie. But back to back in 2016, having Age of Ultron and this was probably awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
All the
Hmm.
Bucky stuff is
I
cool.
mean,
Also, they introduced Black Panther and Spider-Man, and they do both of those characters really well. And
yeah.
the airport Spider-Man in the airport scene is probably the most accurate so far of Tom Holland's Spider-Man that we've gotten. That's like the perfect Spider-Man is the way that he's talking and stuff in the airport battle. And that action is all really good. Uh, I think it's funny how basically everyone on Team Iron Man either switches or dies because Black Widow go like leaves, I guess, and just kind of goes on the run. Rhodey almost dies. Vision leaves. Black Panther switches basically after because he was only on Team Iron Man to bring in Bucky for killing his dad, and he didn't even kill him.
Hmm.
The only people that stay Team Iron Man are like Rhodey and Peter.
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 Hmm.
Um, I would say S. I'm okay with S, but y'all can. What do y'all think?
I think S is a little crazy. I'm gonna be for
Like
real.
A.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we put it at the highest A tier?
Yeah. That's
Okay,
fine.
cool. Mid, Dr.
I mean,
Mid.
I love this movie. I adore this movie.
Sorry,
This movie is very
average.
entertaining. I love the visuals in this movie.
The visuals are awesome,
This is a beautiful movie. Um,
but it's still mid. All that to be mid.
this is crazy hating behavior.
It's
I'm not gonna say it's the
not
greatest piece of
hating,
fiction.
not hating, but it's mid. I'm not hating. That's not
Okay.
hate. I give it a 6 out of 10. I enjoy it. I think it's decent. I would put it below Iron Man 3.
Wow. Let's chill out. All right,
No, bro,
let's
it's
cool
not
off.
it's not that crazy.
Um,
Okay, I'm kind
this
of thinking about it
movie,
in my head. It's kind of cool.
this movie is better than Ant-Man for me.
Ugh, I think the best part of this movie is the first third where he like I actually really like all of the stuff in the beginning where he like destroys his hands and he's like an asshole and then he goes to Kamartaj and starts training. All that stuff is awesome. But then you get into too much magic stuff.
I love the magic stuff. I think that's where we differ. Um, yeah, no, I enjoy this movie. It's a very, especially in the second half, it's very surface level. Um, but like it's such a, I don't know, it's so fun to watch.
I
Um,
don't think it's that fun to watch. I think the beginning is really fun to watch.
I think the beginning, okay,
The
the
beginning's the
visuals are
best
so
part.
interesting, bro.
I th
It's one of the most visually interesting Marvel movies for me personally.
I do
Until you
think
get to
it.
like Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah. Okay, I do like the Dormammu I've come to bargain bit.
That's good.
Oh, I love when he's like, what's her face is operating on him and he's like talking to her as a
I could have done better.
ghost or whatever. Oh, that seems good. The dialogue with him and the Ancient One when the Ancient One's about to die and they're talking about life and she's like, death is
Lightning.
what gives life meaning and all that. Yeah. Oh, the lightning and then it pauses and she's like, I've never been able to see past this moment.
Yeah.
I think the twist with her
There's some
being
really cool
kind of
scenes.
a bitch is good too.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some good stuff. I
I think this is highest C tier at current.
think you're gonna have to settle for a high C tier. I think this is okay.
I think that's fine.
Hmm.
Because I
Peak
gave
S
this
tier,
movie
S
like 7
plus,
out of 10.
triple S plus, peak.
Yeah, this is an S tier movie.
Give it a two. Give it.
Yeah.
This is the most underrated. I don't know if it's underrated, but people just don't. People think it's good, but people need to think that it's perfect. This is my third favorite MCU piece of content, and it's in my top 25 movies of all time.
Talk about visually interesting. This is a
Bro,
beautiful movie. The
he
colors are incredible.
this I don't even I'm like thinking I want to start a sentence be like I love this part, but I'm thinking of everything. All the Yondu stuff, like everyone cried
Oh,
at Yondu.
yeah.
I
Hmm.
mean, that's this the bit at the end where they're shooting all the fireworks and then Kraglin just starts cheering. He's like, "Yeah!" And then like with the song Father and Son playing, and then all of the character work for Rocket in that movie with him and Yondu being like paralleled. And the way that they talk about the song Brandy and they like run through the dialogue and they're talking about the greater purpose and then Peter like starts falling for it and then Gamora's like, "All right, fine, I'm leaving." And then oh, the bit where he's like, "Peter, if you kill me, you'll be just like everyone else." And he's like, "What's so wrong with that?" And then Peter basically like he thinks he's gonna die. And so it's like so sad. And then Yondu scoops him up. Oh, I want to watch that movie like
And
right
that's
now. That movie's
perfect because
so
that's,
good.
I don't
Kurt
know, the
Russell.
Yondu versus ego, like true fatherhood of Star-Lord, I think is amazing.
Oh, I'm getting
Um,
emotional talking about it right now. This movie's so good.
this movie is
Oh my
incredible.
God. It's also so fun. The arrow scene in with all of the Ravagers,
Yes, bro.
Taserface,
That's peak
and
James
then
Gunn too.
I
This
know
is
this.
peak James Gunn.
Yeah, this movie's so good. The Yondu scene is insane. Like that may actually be the best MCU scene. It may have been your father, boy, but it wasn't your daddy.
Yes.
And then so you're already crying then, and then it transitions to the scene, and then Peter's like apologizing to Gamora, and then they're looking out of the ship, and then all of the Ravagers showed up, and then the fireworks start going, and then it plays father and son, and then Rocket's like apologizing to everyone basically, but talking about Yondu. Then he speaks a bit about himself because they're talking about Yondu. Then he's like, and he stole batteries he didn't need. But then they realize Rocket's talking about himself and be like, sorry, I'm kind of a piece of shit. And the scene where Mantis touches Drax's shoulder and then she just starts crying because Drax is like thinking about his daughter and his dead wife, and it just shows how much pain he's always covering up. And then she just starts bawling her eyes out, and Drax is just sitting there.
Mhm.
And the cinematography on Ego, the planet,
Yeah,
that like
this is a beautiful movie.
is the oh the Mr. The blue sky scene with Groot dancing
Yeah.
is so funny. I love my favorite part of that is when uh it like first starts and then Peter lands behind him. He's like Groot, and then immediately gets like hit by one of the tentacles and blasted all the way across the scene. And then it he said his hide was too tough to penetrate on the outside, so he went in on the inside. And they're like, that makes no sense. And they're like, I know that. This is peak. I love this movie.
Mhm.
They're called Harbulary batteries. No, they're not. That might be the best MCU joke. And
Fantastic opening sequence.
and whenever they're crashing on the forest planet, and then Drax goes out there and he just starts shooting everything, and then he like smashes against all the trees, and then Gamora's out there grabbing it, and then he's like, again, even though we like you like think he died or something.
It's so good.
And shout out Baby Groot, obviously. Where is that on comic book movies for me? This is five, yeah, top five comic book movies. I This movie is so good. Now I
Mhm.
want to watch it, but I'm trying to watch a bunch of like horror movies right now. But
It is spooky season.
yeah, I watched Bram Stoker's Dracula last night. That was really good. Tonight I'm probably gonna watch um either The Conjuring,
Ooh.
Hereditary,
Yes.
perchance. The
Mayhaps.
Shining. I just realized that Army of Darkness is a sequel to Sam Raimi's The Evil Dead, so I'm gonna watch. Oh, I'm gonna watch The Evil Dead. That's what I'm gonna watch. You should watch that movie.
It's a true
The
classic.
movie's awesome. I love The Evil Dead. Then tomorrow I'll watch Army of Darkness. They're actually both short. Maybe I'll watch them back to back. That sounds fun. Anyway, how did we get there? I forgot. Uh, Homecoming. I would go B tier. This movie's I rewatched it. It's not as good as I remember, but it's still great. I like this movie. It's pretty chill.
Mhm.
They gave Peter a full arc, and then Far From Home is so bad that
Killed it.
they had to make this movie worked as his origin, and then Far From Home was so bad that they had to make the entire trilogy his origin, give him an origin at the end of No Way Home.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, I would go B tier. Michael Keaton's Vulture is great. That's one of the better MCU villains, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Uh,
twist with Liz's dad being Vulture after he got the Stark internship taken away from him, so he's trying to like not do all the Spider-Man stuff. Then he opens the door, and then that like upbeat song is playing. Then it immediately cuts, and Peter's like, and then he locks in at the end, and like does the whole final battle in his old stupid costume without this all of the Tony Stark help and all that.
hmm Yeah. I don't know. I
It's
love
so
the
really good.
I love the say thank you for me not killing you.
Yeah,
I like that scene a lot.
Happy's funny in this movie too.
Happy's always funny.
Iron
Great
Man
character.
also really good in this movie. He's low key a gaslighter. Like I was kind of rewatching. I was whenever I rewatched all the Spider-Man movies a few weeks ago, the scene where Peter was like messes everything up and with the like the boat and everything, and then Iron Man comes in and then he's talking to him, then he takes the suit away, and Peter's like, "Well, I was doing this because you weren't listening to me." And then Iron Man was like, "Yeah, who do you think called the FBI? I did come." And also the scene where he's like, "I did come, kid." Then he gets out of the suit. That's pretty cool. But like Tony, if you actually were paying attention, why didn't you just freaking tell him? Why were you trying to like keep up your aura? Why didn't you just tell Peter, "Hey, you're right. We got you. Let's do this." instead you had to wait for him to fuck it up just to come in, even though you already knew that you were gonna do that. That doesn't really make sense. Tony, low-key a gaslighter. Shocker, Tony Stark's not a great person. I mean, I don't know, but still, I feel like that scene doesn't hit as hard once you realize that Peter's kind of right.
Hmm. Yeah,
I like that they imply that there is no Uncle Ben for these movies, and that Aunt May is kind of the Uncle Ben, though. I think that's really good,
Hmm.
and she delivers the great power comes great responsibility. Anyway, I think I think Age of Ultron's better. I think
I agree.
I think Iron Man might be better too.
I also agree. I
I
think
think
this
it,
is low B.
yeah. Okay. I
Yeah, this is
love
low
this.
B.
Thor Ragnarok is gas.
Incredible,
So
incredible movie.
funny. If Ant-Man is funny in a normal way, this is funny in a quippy way. This is hilarious. Loki is so good in this movie. This is the reason they give Loki a TV show. This is amazing. Thor is so good in this movie. There are
Yeah,
it is a tiny bit ugly in some spots, and that's kind of one of my problems with it. Um,
I love the opening scene so much. I
oh,
love the opening scene.
it's so funny. What's his name? Carl Urban in that movie is hilarious, and he's like running after him like really slowly on the Bifrost, and then he shows up after Thor already exposed Loki.
Yes, bro.
Like you had one job.
So good.
The scene where Doctor Strange opens the portal under Loki, and then he gives him the little note to go to Kamartaj, and then Thor starts poking it with the umbrella. He's like, Loki? I love that joke.
It's so good.
And the joke where it's like, where is father? And then the next thing is them as the bulldozers are going over the retirement home. He's like, I swear I left him right here.
I love Loki's drip in this movie too. I love his all black suit.
Oh yeah, the black suit is good. I just love that cut where they're both standing on it, and then they just look at each other for a second, and they say nothing. Then he's just like, I swear I left him right here. As the
I
building's being
swear I left him right here.
destroyed, and they're just like, bro, we fucking lost the All Father.
Yeah, and I love how much aura they give Doctor Strange in this movie too, because he
Ah,
keeps that up
he
for the rest of the um, I don't know, kind of just the rest of the MCU.
yeah, they show that
They
he's
give him his
competent.
aura.
hmm I think it was good to have an appearance of him being like extremely competent before you get into Infinity War. I also love the yellow gloves. That's the only appearance he has with the comic accurate yellow gloves is in that movie.
Really, I didn't notice that. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, he has the yellow gloves. This was what was this the end credit scene of? Cause Thor Ragnarok, the scene with Thor talking to Doctor Strange is an end credit scene for an MCU movie.
Oh,
Wouldn't it have to be Guardians? Because like what
that would make
other
Guardians even more peak.
that's that's actually true. Let me look it up. Guardians 2 end credit scene. Um it's the so what no, okay, no. That was the Adam Warlock scene.
Ooh.
So
Oh,
what end credit? Was it Homecoming? I mean, I guess that came out in July and then this came out in November. So has
yeah.
Thor Ragnarok scene. It is I was gonna say Thor. Yeah, it is Homecoming. That's interesting. Hulk is good in this movie too. I like what they set up with him and Bruce Banner, and then I just freaking hate where they took it in Endgame with Smart Hulk.
Strongest Avenger.
The fight, I love the arena, the gladiator fight with Thor and Hulk.
Hmm.
That scene is so awesome. And
He's a
then
friend from work.
that's how I forgot about Friend from Work, and that that line was given. So they brought a Make-A-Wish kid onto set to film, and then the kid was like, he should say this, and then they tried it and they kept it in the movie, and that's like one of the best lines in that movie. He's a friend from work.
That
Just
would feel so good
the
as
build
a
up because
child.
they talk about the like grand champion or whatever, and then builds it up, then he like busts out of the thing, and then Thor just like, yes! And everyone's because he's
It's
like,
so good.
Banner, hey Banner. I love, yeah, this movie's awesome. This is when Taika Waititi made really funny stuff too.
This is when he was riffing on a level that was freaking sublime.
He actually was though.
He was.
This was
I
actually
love Korg in
freaking.
this movie
This
too.
was,
I also
he is funny in this movie.
the freaking Thor and Loki bit. Ah,
The soft
the
ghost.
ah, I forget what they call it.
In what
It's
part?
their strat for avoiding
Oh, get help.
getting yes, get
I'm
help.
not. I'm not doing get help. I'm not doing get help. Get
I
help,
love
please. My
that
brother's dying.
because it's so
Oh,
perfect. It's so brotherly of them.
when Loki
Yeah,
shows
these
up
kids
on
grew up together.
Loki's character development, whenever he shows up in Asgard, and he like saves everyone after abandoning them and betraying them on Sakaar. And he does it, so you're like happy, and then he has to just be annoying, and he's like, "Your savior is here," and he like lifts up his arms and he's coming down on the ship. Dude, that's so good. Um, the Devil's Anus. This
So
movie's
funny.
so funny. Um, oh, there's another joke I was thinking of, but I forgot. I think I swear I left him right here is one of the best MCU jokes because the just the comedic timing they use, where it's like all dramatic on like on Asgard, then the next shot is them in front of a bulldozer in the middle of New York. Then just like, I swear he was right here. I don't know where he is.
I like the joke where they talk about Loki stabbing Thor as a kid.
Oh, yeah, as a
Yeah.
kid, he's like, then he was a snake, and then he's like, that's me, and then he stabbed me. We were 8. Yeah, that's really funny. I'm low-key comfortable with S on this, honestly, like high A or S.
I
I
ooh.
think high A.
Okay. I
Hmm.
would put it on the.
Also, the end credit scene that teases this is Doctor Strange's end credit scene.
W.
Oh,
Doctor Strange.
that was like
Homecoming's
whoa.
end credit is Scorpion.
Oh, that's true.
This is a
So
beautiful movie too.
this came out. So the Doctor Strange end credit scene with Thor came out a year plus before this movie came out, which is very interesting.
Mhm. And then this movie's end credit scene was Infinity War.
That's true. The end credit scene is really good with Thanos' ship showing up. That's
Yeah,
awesome. That's so true. The end credit scene of this is great. I
I'm okay with high A for this.
Mhm.
honestly don't know what's better between this and Civil War, but so what do y'all think? I don't care where it
I
goes.
I think
enjoy
this is
myself
better.
significantly more whenever I watch this movie than Civil War.
Okay. Mid Panther.
Wow. I think this movie has wow.
So
This
mid.
movie has some sauce. I
It
am
has
with
some
it.
sauce. It absolutely Ryan Coogler has sauce.
Oh yeah. And the
I'm not
soundtrack,
denying Ryan
soundtrack is
Coogler.
unbeatable.
I'm not denying the
I'm not gonna
score.
say unbeatable.
Score is great.
Yes,
Score
the
is
score
great.
is great.
Ludwig Göransson is awesome.
The score is great.
I think the score is amazing,
Um,
but it's mid. I'm sorry. It's really mid. The I love. Okay, I really
I
like
think
the scene where they go into the ancestral realm. I love those bits. Also has one of the best MCU songs with the little doo doo
yeah,
doo
incredible
as
theme.
sunset, and then he Killmonger's good.
I'd rather he's okay. I like him in theory, but he is boring in practice. I like the idea of having
I like his origin. I don't
like
like you go. Sorry.
I like the dichotomy of like, yeah, here's your main character who was raised in Wakanda and has a significantly like he's traditional, he cares about um Wakanda, obviously. And then you have Killmonger, who was obviously his dad, but he was not raised in Wakanda. He
Well,
just had the blood,
kinda.
but no respect for the tradition or the people. And
Yeah.
watching those two people grow up and have very different outlooks on what the state of Wakanda should be. I think there's a lot of interesting things that you could do with that, but I didn't find Killmonger very interesting.
I think
Um,
all of his origin stuff is good, and then whenever he's actually executing it, it's not that entertaining.
yeah,
But I do like the
I
scene where he goes and talks to his dad in the ancestral realm, but it's like his dad in the wherever they were. I think like
yeah.
everything with him as a kid is good.
I also love the sunset scene. Is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
talking about Slaves on the ships, and I'd rather die standing than live on my knees.
Oh yeah,
Like that's
it's really
fire.
good.
That's such a good
That's
line
when that
for
theme
his
is playing
character.
too.
Yeah.
And they takes the thing. Yeah, that's awesome.
I love when they
Also,
fight in the caves.
CGI is really bad,
Incredible.
but it looks really cool.
Yeah,
I think the side characters kind of suck in this movie. None of them are very entertaining or cool.
that's
Like
fair.
I think Claw is really good. I love Andy Serkis, but other than that, all the side characters are not. And the MCU historically has pretty good side characters, but this movie does not.
Claws in Age of Ultron too.
That he
I
is.
love him in that.
His dog used to say that. Bucky shows up at the end of this movie. In the end credit scene, I guess.
This is
Uh,
true.
this is
Mhm.
mid. This is mid, is what this is. But I think it's
See,
below Ant-Man.
I think it's also below Ant-Man. I think that's a good
that's
take.
fine.
We'll average it and put it high C tier.
Above Doctor Strange,
Well,
excuse
if
me.
Trip's saying B,
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Mhm. Well, I would put it at A, but
yeah, he
Oh,
was also so. You can say what you think, and then we can average that. So I think
well, I
C
I
works.
I think putting it high C is fine.
Yeah. This is S. Like what?
yeah, that's
Like no,
us.
no one. Yeah, no one has to say anything about that. Well, we can talk about it, but I'm saying no one's arguing the placement. This is my second favorite comic book movie. I would not say that this is a perfect movie, but this is exactly what the type of comic book movie that a fun quote unquote comic movie should be. Because my number one is the Batman, and the Batman is very different than Infinity War. The Batman is a good film, and this is like a very fun superhero movie that's also still extremely well written and beautiful. And I think the score for this movie enhances the movie on like Star Wars level, if not above Star Wars movies. If you listen to the score as you're watching the movie, it makes everything so intense. It's like Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I would say those are like the two movies that without the score, you're genuinely subtracting like maybe 2 points off the movie, but you add the score and you feel so like it's such an intense score because the stakes are so high throughout the entire movie.
Yeah. And even things like it's such a simple little detail to throw in, but like whenever the ship first comes to Earth and you see Peter on the bus and you see the hairs stand up on his arm,
Yeah, his the
like that's
spider
fire.
sense.
You can't tell me he's getting out of that bus without being seen, but like,
That's the thing. I thought okay. I don't think Yeah, okay. I watched scenes from this whenever I was doing my Spider-Man rewatch, the same thing I did with Guardians. And I was like, how did no one notice that? I'm like, wait a minute. Half the world disappears after this. No one is thinking about that.
yeah,
So that low-key makes sense how
that's
he
that.
doesn't really get found out
Yeah.
because everyone dies. What are you thinking about the one kid that jumped out of a bus the other day? No. Mhm.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
maybe not. They
he
also didn't
used
even,
his web to open the emergency exit,
but no
bruh.
one's, no,
Like,
everyone's looking to the other way. Ned distracts them. So they didn't actually see that. All they know is where's Peter. They don't really know
sure.
he freaking Spider-Maned out the bus.
He didn't take his web with him, did he? Anyway,
Shut up.
that's
Can't get too
not
hard.
important. That's not important. That's just a little
Yeah, this movie
nitpick.
sucks.
Um, I love Iron Spider. I love the alien reference.
Listen. Yeah,
It's aliens reference technically. I'm pretty
that's true.
sure.
Just don't put your eggs in me.
I like that whenever the Avengers and Guardians meet for the first time, they have no idea who each other are and
They fight
immediately assume,
always.
yeah, I think that's wonderful. I'm glad they don't just, oh, you're a good guy because the audience knows you're a good guy. I like that
Hmm.
they don't do that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Also, Star-Lord wins that fight.
This is true.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, this movie's awesome. Just Thanos is great,
Opening scene
honestly.
is incredible.
Gamora's death, so sad. The best, the score whenever he's sitting on the farm.
Yes,
Like
bro.
just the collective dread that everyone, yeah. I mean, obviously the real world impact of this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone talking about it. The lunch table genuinely dreading Thanos coming.
Word.
Not like that.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
I'm just the messenger.
I like the nanobot suit up. It's obviously mildly boring comparatively to like the suitcase,
Yeah.
but
It's
I
cool.
like,
My audience went crazy for that. It's just cool the first time you see it.
yeah, yeah, I don't know.
I still
I
think
love
it's
the little
cool.
detail of him taking the glasses off while he's suiting up.
Yeah, that's
The,
cool
the
too.
like I oh, that's just that's fun.
I love the way his suit works in that movie where he like can make swords and stuff.
Yes, bro.
Oh,
And
that's
I
so
also
cool.
like whenever they fight on Titan, yes.
Yeah, oh, the Titan fight may be the best MCU like large scale battle.
Hmm.
Yeah, you
But
have
like
Doctor Strange going crazy.
it's perfect for that suit where you have something where it's like, yeah, every time he gets hit, he has to like reprioritize where his
Hmm.
nanobots go so that he either makes the shield or he like uses some of his suit to make a sword. Like I think they use his suit as a resource in that fight very well.
Yeah, and then whenever like Thanos is coming at him, and so you see the nanobots coming off of his legs as he's blasting him to put more power into
It's
that, then
fire.
into his sword, and then Thanos dodges the sword and stabs him in the chest.
So good.
Like this movie's just crazy. Thanos throws a moon at Iron Man.
That's
Like what?
fire.
Like what?
Um,
So cool.
One of the most infuriating scenes to watch is where,
Peter.
yes,
Yeah.
Peter, they actively are about to get the gauntlet off of Thanos, and he just loses himself to
The
emotion, and
Mhm.
it yeah, infuriating scene to watch. But hey,
yeah, that's so it's in character and it
I
was
love I
done
love
right or whatever.
I love how much Gamora lore we get in this movie. I love
It,
the flashbacks, so good.
oh yeah. It's insane. Imagine going back in time and telling someone that the third highest grossing movie of all time and maybe the movie along with Endgame that has the most cultural impact that a blockbuster has stars Gamora from random comic book from the 70s that nobody knows. Like she
Mhm.
has the most screen time other than Thanos in that movie, more than Tony, more than like that's just so insane that the MCU is that much of a like powerhouse that they just made Gamora
Cultural
the
mitochondria.
yeah, the biggest the like most screen time character in the highest like one of the highest grossing movies of all time, like top five or top three. That's such a random statistic, or not really statistic, but just a random thing to think
Little
about.
factoid.
Yeah, banger.
I
It's
love
oh
the knife.
Mhm.
Thor in this movie also the Wakanda entrance like
Yeah. Yes, bro.
it's just so good. It's so
I
peak.
love the little knife that Gamora has that Thanos
Yeah,
gives to her.
there's it's really good symbolism.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's just all things should be.
yeah. Anyway, Whiplash, freaking Ant-Man and the Wasp next. You're lucky you're in
We got Ghost.
MCU. No one
She's
likes
mildly
Ghost in this
interesting.
movie. Not in this movie. She's not.
No, she's kind of annoying in this movie.
There's like, there's not a lot of good stuff
Mhm.
in this movie. The more I think about it, the more I don't like it. I'm glad. I mean, I don't hate this movie's lucky it came out when it did, which was
Is
right after Infinity War, where everyone just
yeah.
wanted a chill movie, but everyone was going to see a Marvel movie to see the impact of Infinity War.
Is the scene where they put um Paul Rudd in the quantum realm, um, is that like the last scene or is that an end credit scene?
This
That's the end credit scene.
the end credit scene,
Okay.
which is low key an interesting choice.
Yeah. Because
Well,
that does
no,
matter.
they were confident in everyone's staying for the end credit scenes of these movies in 2018 after
That's
Infinity
true.
War. No one didn't stay for that.
What was the end credit scene for Infinity War again? Was that the Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's worse than Thor. I think it's better than Hulk.
I think that's correct.
Yeah, that's fine.
Lame. I think I don't want to talk. I don't care really. There's
Girl
nothing.
I
power.
don't care to
There's
I
nothing to
don't care
care
to talk
about.
about Captain Marvel. Captain
There's
Marvel was such a
Nothing to talk
stupid
about.
letdown.
It's
The
like
fact that they released that movie and this like they spent that's literally the character that was supposed to be bigger than Infinity War or
yeah,
supposed to be the step up from Infinity War, and they
Yeah.
completely failed to deliver.
she's cool in game. She
All
sucks in her own
she
movie.
all she did was ruin power scaling for the MCU franchise. Like
Yeah,
Power
she
scaling was always kind of a ruin, not gonna lie. With like, there's too much different type of stuff.
that's
power
true.
scaling was fine how they handled it though because she didn't do anything ever. She literally didn't even ever make any use of her power. She just like
Yeah.
punched Thanos once and then
Oh, I thought no,
did
she
nothing
blew up
else.
the ship. I think
She
she's
she
really cool in Endgame. I think she's
she
great in
is.
Endgame. She
She
sucks in this movie.
She's cool in Endgame for a few scenes.
Well, she's only
She
in
gets rid of
like
the
two
ships, but
scenes.
the ships is like I think that's the least important. What matters is actually getting the gauntlet. That the ships was
Well, no,
whatever.
Yeah.
they were raining fire and they were all gonna
Yeah,
die until she clutched up.
She turned the tide. This was like Saratoga in the Revolutionary War
yeah.
when Captain Marvel showed up. Because they were like,
She's
well, she
just
can't be there for the whole
underwhelming.
Yeah,
battle, or they're gonna win
yeah.
instantly.
But notice how all the
Yeah.
good stuff we're saying isn't in her own movie, and this movie isn't good.
Yeah, no, this movie's
The
not good.
move that her movie sucks.
This movie is it's like
I would say her movie is an E tier movie. I wouldn't
oh
even say
yeah,
it's
oh
D
yeah,
tier.
oh yeah. I agree. This is like it's like eating unseasoned chicken and rice as a movie. It's the most nothing movie ever.
It is nothing burger, and
It's
she's not
literally
entertaining at all.
Yeah, it's not. It may be the most nothing MCU movie.
the villains are just obviously recolors, and I understand
It
why that's the
sucks.
case, but that still sucks.
It
I
sucks.
hate whenever the villains are just this. Ant-Man's villain situation is stupid because of that. Iron Man's villain situation is kind of lame because of that. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, except for
that's
Justin Hammer.
that's
Yeah, this one.
I'm talking about Iron Man 1.
Oh, just yeah, like yeah,
Iron Man
that
2
one.
doesn't have
That
a
one isn't
villain
good.
like that. Yeah. Um,
I think
yeah.
Hulk is way more entertaining. You get a freaking Hulk
Yeah,
fight.
I would put it below Hulk. There was a man who saw that movie in theaters 217 times.
Yeah, yeah,
Golly.
yeah. I forgot about that. And then he has that picture, and Brie Larson posted it. But like, I would be really uncomfortable if I was Brie Larson
Yeah.
because she has to know her movie's not good enough for someone to see it if they don't just think she's bad. And at that point, it's just weird.
Some actors think that like a lot of actors think their movies are really, really like that good though, and Brie Larson's kind of the kind of person that would do that.
Yeah,
I think she
I think
gets
that's true.
where people were being, and then it had all of the freaking uh sexist people coming out because they were hating this movie. Then it made a bad look for everyone who didn't like the movie because all the losers who were blaming women. L.
Yeah.
Such a fumble for woman, an attempt at woman power. Anyway, Endgame
F.
as an experience, triple S.
A.
As a movie, low A. But even just the fact that we've been thinking about these movies in my head, this is like
What?
rewarding. Is how rewarding of a movie it is.
Yeah. It
This is
is. It is perfect.
like
Like it's
how
a perfect
Awesome.
culmination of what
Thank you.
MCU has been so far.
yeah, like I don't even know how to place this because you just you don't look at this movie as a film with a narrative. You look at it as as a finale experience with a bunch of cool stuff and good conclusions, which it
It's
is.
yeah. It's an
Well, if you
Infinity
do
War
look
resolution.
if you look at that movie as a narrative, it's not good. It's not well written. It is not a well written movie.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. But it's also
Like
like
it is.
just trying to be a finale with a bunch of cool stuff and satisfying character, which is exactly what it does.
This
So
is
I
the
don't know how
most
to
like
place this. Like I
this
don't
is
know what to do.
the season finale. Like this is a very TV show last
Exactly.
episode.
Hmm. But it is maybe the most satisfying movie ever. I mean, I am Iron Man. Like, like this the ending
Yeah.
scene with Cap getting that dance, like
Oh.
circling back to the first movie, the ending scene of that movie, and then they play the song, and then it plays over the credits. the like 1940s slow dance song is playing over the credits for this movie.
Mhm.
I don't know how to place this because it's just not really a movie. It's an experience. But
The final battle is not compelling because of, or is the location of it is not compelling at all.
yeah,
I
but
agree with that.
There's a big issue with the way that the landscape is laid out because
pretty
since
ugly.
you don't know who's where, nothing matters whenever someone comes out of nowhere because there's no actual location there.
Yeah.
Just everyone is somewhere and can appear anywhere because you don't know where anyone is at any moment. Whereas in like Lord of the Rings, where they're battling like on an actual tower landscape, and in one scene you see someone riding a horse over a like one ledge of a tower over here and then fighting someone and then continuing to ride their horse. Another person's fighting. That person comes into the frame, but it's because you already know that they are nearby because you know the entire terrain. You don't
Yeah.
do that in game
Yeah.
because it's just a destroyed flat landscape.
Their green screens weren't big enough.
Uh,
It just you think about it and it falls apart, but then you realize that it's not so really you're not supposed to look at it like that. It's an experience and it works as the experience.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to freaking place this thing. I would just say it's like high B, low A as a movie, but I would just put it in A.
It's very emotionally satisfying. I think it should be an
So
A
it
more
might
than
be like
B.
the most emotionally satisfying movie maybe ever. Probably, honestly, because it's like if you watch all three, I mean, I'm fine with like this.
Yeah.
Which one?
mhm.
I mean,
I would do
I
this.
don't think it's better than Avengers.
Okay, we'll do this. But as
yeah.
an experience, even like a life experience, it's like an S tier, as long as you've watched
Hmm.
all the ones leading up to it, obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
Captain
E,
America using a hammer.
it's better than it's better than Thor, I guess. It's better than Thor.
Yeah.
That's
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Far from home.
Far From Home. Yeah, not in game. Sorry.
I think Far From Home is right in the middle of E.
Of E, you think it's
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree there.
okay? There's the scene, the Mysterio scene is great with like the Vision scene. The
Mhm. I don't like Nick Fury in this movie at all.
no, yeah, he sucks in this movie. Um, I like the way that the whenever Peter is fighting all the drones at the end of the movie, I actually like that. And I also like the spider sense scene where he closes his eyes and then the whole movie goes dark except for him and the drones. That's really good. Also the Spider-Man's name is Peter Parker. What the like that's one of the greatest end credit scenes ever. But
Yeah.
everything else is bad. If it weren't for those scenes, it would be like F. But there's some good stuff. All right. That's the Infinity Saga. Now it's time for the mid slash poop slash 1% of good stuff. What y'all think about this was kind of a strong this is
I
kind of a strong
really
start.
enjoyed
They
WandaVision.
really
Yeah.
made us think that they
I
were
think,
gonna make good stuff.
I think it's
Um,
very B.
I do too. I
Yeah.
think it's worse than this.
Yeah, I think it's worse than Homecoming.
When are we
Even
getting White Vision back?
in Vision Quest 2026, baby, he's getting a TV show with Ultron.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting the vibe that my brain just felt a different vibe from looking at all these, and then I look at WandaVision with Disney Plus, and my brain just gets a totally different vibe of what the MCU has become now.
Hmm.
Like it just feels so different. There are some good. I do think this is a pretty good TV show though. I think there's good stuff in it. Um, Underrated. I actually really like most of this. I think if it was 2 episodes shorter, it would be really good. But John Walker is good.
Yep.
One of the best comic book movie or TV show in this case suits is the final suit from this movie with Falcon. And then he doesn't have it in the new Captain America movie. So what the fuck? But okay. Bucky is great. It's just very entertaining, except the Flag Smashers,
Yeah.
and it's too
I
long.
actually think this show might be an A tier for me.
I I rewatched it. When the heck did I freaking rewatch this? I don't know. It was like this year. I don't know. I'm trying to think of why I did that. It wasn't for Captain America. It was like maybe it was. No, it was for Thunderbolts because I was hype about John
Oh,
Walker. I rewatched this before Thunderbolts because and in my head I was like, this is peak. And when I watched it, I was like, okay, the highs are as high as I thought, but the rest is more mid than I thought.
I
But the
love
highs are
the
great.
the therapy scene with
Yeah, I like
Bucky.
the scene too. They lock their
Closer.
the way they handle Bucky's like because he got cured of the Winter Soldier stuff in Wakanda, that the scene where it flashes back to that and he's like crying, and then the scenes with Bucky alone in therapy and it shows he has like no one in his contacts, and his character arc of talking to the old man because he killed his kid back in like the 80s or something. All that stuff is
Yes.
really good, but they drop his character arc from episodes 3 to 5 and only re-pick it up back in episode 6. And so it kind of feels weird. Also, crazy character assassination for Peggy's niece that turns evil for no reason and we never see her again. Like what?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Power broker. Um, all the John Walker stuff is peak though. I
Yeah.
love the John Walker stuff. It's great. I want to go B tier, but I think it's better
All the
than
Falcon
Iron
stuff
Man.
is also really good.
The action is good too. Yeah, I think the Falcon stuff is good. It, I would
Like
say
everything regarding the Falcon is really good in that show.
I really like his ending speech where like talking to the politicians, he's like, "Can y'all actually do some shit?" I like that. The
Hmm.
racism is handled very well in this show, like way better
I
than
wouldn't know.
Black Panther. Okay, I think it's handled way better than like Black Panther or something. I think it's
I think Black Panther is a. I actually would argue that Black Panther is a more coherent take on racism.
Nah, you gotta rewatch this show. There's really good stuff in this. I think they're both pretty good. The
Like
Isaiah
I say
Bradley
more.
stuff.
I think it's more applicable in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I think it's better. But I think in Black Panther you have a more clear established goal of, hey, this is about like, if you can believe it, like Black Panthers.
Yeah. I would say it's better than Iron Man, but not better than Age of Ultron. It's not
I
better
don't
than
think
Iron
it's
Man.
better than Age of Ultron.
I don't think it's better than
It's
Iron
not
Man,
better than
actually. I would put it between Homecoming and Iron Man.
I don't like Iron Man, so
I love
but
Iron
you can
Man.
take that.
We'll do
I
that.
like part of Iron Man. I think the villain makes that movie so much worse than he usually would be, than that movie would be if
The
it was a
villain's,
slightly better villain.
but the villain's only bad at the end. The villain is good overall up until like the last 30 minutes,
Yeah.
20 minutes of the movie. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this movie either. It's because we hate women. No, it's because this movie isn't very good. El
What movie? Black
Taskmaster.
Widow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only Yelena is great, and Natasha is great, and everything else is bad.
This movie was so bad that they took a comic book character who's like a really cool comic book
I
character
love Taskmaster.
and put her in Thunderbolts just to kill her off immediately.
Yeah.
I
Like
want him to
literally,
do.
they wouldn't have done that if this movie was good and Taskmaster was good in this movie. 0% chance they would have done that. There was no reason for them to kill her off in Thunderbolts, and they just did,
Yeah,
just because.
I want him to do what they did with Mandarin and like redo it. Like just make another Taskmaster, bro. We're doing post Secret Wars soft reboot. Who cares? Just do Taskmaster again.
That's like the easiest thing for them to do is just make
Yeah,
because Taskmaster is not like a person. It's just like
yeah, it'd be
an
awesome.
idea.
Put him in
Yeah.
freaking Daredevil season 3, man.
Daredevil versus Taskmaster would be perfect.
I
Well,
love
Brand New Day
Taskmaster and
introducing
like
Taskmaster would be really good.
I
Sure,
like Taskmaster and and Spider-Man PS4, bro.
he's really cool. He's in
Yeah.
Lego Marvel superheroes.
That's true.
Anyway, this movie. If imagine if Yelena and Natasha were not in this movie, this would be like the worst movie ever. but they're really compelling characters. But everything else,
I think there's a couple entertaining Red Guardian scenes.
there's a couple.
I'm not gonna say any more than that, but
Okay. Yelena is the best part. It all, to be fair, it did. I hate how important like this movie is too. This is the same as like Thor: The Dark World because this introduces Yelena, but like no one wants to freaking watch it.
yeah,
I would put it
It's
above Hulk, but
it's also a poor usage of Ursa Major,
the random bear. I
the guy
would.
with the bear tattoo that's apparently canonically Ursa Major.
It's a reference. Anyway, I would put it below Far From Home. I think Hulk is more
easily.
entertaining than this, but I also think it's a step up from Captain Marvel. So I think there's maybe should we just move Captain Marvel down to F, low key?
Yeah, I'd give it to her.
Okay, okay. This is I feel comfortable with this.
Yeah.
Okay. S, y'all gotta watch season two. Probably, I guess, just save it for the Doomsday lead up. But season two is just as good, if not better, than season one, and it's a great show. Tom
I
Hiddleston,
love Loki.
one of the best comic book anything performances. I think he's up there with Charlie Cox as Daredevil and like everyone in that. He's like Tom Hiddleston's Loki is just perfect. I would say S, low S, but S.
Yeah, seeing Tom Hiddleston in other roles will be difficult.
Kihei Kwan is in the second season. He's really good. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, this is S. This is peak. This is peak MCU. Y'all good with that?
Kiwi one.
Kihei Kwan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The most overrated, one of the most overrated comic book movies of all time. Mid Chi.
I'm surprised it got as much praise as it did.
It's so mid. It is so mid. There is some peak choreography. There is some excellent choreography, like out, like absolutely outstanding. Maybe the best the MCU has ever done in movies. I think Daredevil is really good, but like that's it, and that's in like two or three scenes. I think what's his name is pretty good as Shang-Chi, but
Hmm.
you have to deal with Aquafina the whole movie. Like
Yeah, this mid is the most apt way to describe this movie.
the most mid.
It's very average.
The final battle's so ugly. All the with all the random dragons coming out of nowhere and it's all gray. It
Yeah.
sucks, bro. Um, I have a very my the best memory I have of this movie is the food I ordered at the movie theater. I got really good chicken sliders.
There's always a
And
bright side.
and I genuinely I've only seen this movie once, so every time I think of this movie, I think of the taste of those Chipotle honey chicken sliders. And they taste pretty good. So I would say it's below I think it's here. Because this is reaching
Yeah,
bad territory, and it's mid, and we don't hate it. It's just overrated.
yeah, I think
But
that's correct.
this movie is so weird, bro. I almost want to exclude it because it has nothing to do with anything MCU related.
I have yet to see Eternals.
It involves nothing related to the MCU. It's just a movie, and as a movie, it's kind of cool. It's just so weird that this is like a Marvel property. I'm trying to think of any tie-ins. All they do is reference Doctor Strange like once and reference Thanos like once, and everything else is like. However, I actually kind of liked it. I kind of like Eternals.
Whoa.
I kind of like Eternals. What's the letterbox
You
at
don't,
for Eternals?
I think you only like Eternals because it's the only good speedster media we have.
I mean, no, that's not true. But that is really good part of that. Makari is really cool in that. The cast is, I love all of the stuff that takes place before present day whenever they're doing flashbacks and they go to like ancient Babylon or ancient Egypt. Like I love
It's
all of that
such a
stuff.
weird cast.
It is a very weird cast.
Why, why, why Angelina Jolie? Why Salma Hayek?
2.7 is so low, bro.
Why Kumail Nanjiani? I don't get it. Why
Okay.
is Barry Keoghan in this movie?
That's true. They wait. It's like they're just wasting actors that they could have put in other MCU movies because they're never acknowledging this movie again. This is not necessary on any type of rewatch of the MCU or comic book movie. Also, the main lead looks exactly like Bucky or like Sebastian Stan. It's like distracting.
Hmm.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie. I would say they wasted what's his name as the villain, Bill Skarsgård, but
Bill
but he's
Skarsgård.
CGI, so they can just do him whenever. Yeah, nah, the more I think about it, the worse I think it is, but I don't
Harry
think it's bad. I
Styles
don't
is
think it's bad. I think
crazy.
it's also mid. I would say it's above Shang-Chi, below Iron Man 3. It's mid. It's not bad, but as a Marvel movie, quote unquote, I would say it's bad because it's not has anything. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. Blade is in the end credit, which is funny because we're never getting that movie. We're never getting Blade ever.
Yeah.
But
Are you talking about in the end credit of Eternals?
yep,
That's Blade. I thought that was the Black Knight character.
no, it's the Black Knight, and then Blade talks to him, and then he
Oh,
looks up.
okay.
Yeah, it's and then we're never seeing Blade, bro. This movie was announced in 2019. It is 2025, and they have the costumes for Sinners were actually from Blade because they just were delayed the movie again.
Wow.
Oh, also Sinners is coming back to theaters next week. So since I
Ooh,
didn't watch it yet, I'm going to be able to watch it in theaters still.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really happy about
That's a
that
great
because I
movie.
regretted not seeing it in theaters and I've wanted to watch it for this year. Plus part of spooky season, so I can add that to my list and watch it after. Anyway,
Hmm.
I actually like Hawkeye. I kind of freak with Hawkeye. I freak with Hawkeye.
Hmm.
I enjoy Hawkeye. I don't think it's like crazy good, but it's like it's what the Disney Plus shows should have been, which is just like a chill, fun time. Also, W Christmas vibes throughout the whole thing. WK Bishop. I love the arrows that they do, how they have like actual trick arrows. This is the first time Hawkeye has had anything other than like exploding arrows, which
Yeah.
is so lame. But in this they finally did like a Hank Pym arrow or like a sticky arrow or like a multiplying arrow. It was awesome. And Yelena, whenever Yelena shows up in this and fights Kate Bishop, all this stuff is good. Haley Steinfeld, I think this is so fun.
I
Uh,
mean, I've seen very little from this. I have not actually watched this,
it's good. It's
but
you get the
um,
impression.
I saw stuff about like the effect of being an Avenger on a normal person, like
Yeah.
his hearing, like the fact that he had insane hearing loss, and like I
Mhm.
really like the way they showed why.
Yeah, I
Um,
actually might rewatch this for fun this Christmas. I think this is a very fun time. The more I think about it, the more I like it, honestly. Like I don't think it's very good, but it's just so fun and like exactly what the Disney Plus MCU should have been. Because
I
WandaVision felt like a
cannot.
weird balance between being extremely important, but also they would randomly make it feel like made like Disney Plus t content at some points, and it felt like a weird balance. But this is exactly. Also, they can reconfirm that the Netflix Daredevil stuff is canon in this whenever they brought Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin back, and he's the villain of this show. And then what was really cool is this episode 5 of this came out the night before No Way Home. So in the episode where they reveal Kingpin came out the day before Charlie Cox as Daredevil was in No Way Home on December 16th. That was so fun. I
That's
remember
cool.
I
Yeah.
posted a TikTok about it and I was like, they brought Kingpin back. Please confirm Charlie Cox is Daredevil tomorrow. Awesome. I would low key say it's better than Iron Man, but not as good as Age of Ultron. I don't know about like actual quality, but in terms of just what it is, I would say here. Also, purple is not a color that isn't enough freaking stuff. And this is a very purple show. And the whole thing takes place in New York at Christmas, like,
That's a vibe.
and that's like peak Christmas vibe.
Lost in New York.
Hmm.
It is awesome. I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
No
Spider-Man No
way
Way
home.
Home. Peak Way Home. I would give it an A tier. For MCU, I would probably give it an S tier. But oh, yeah, since this is an MCU tier list, I would give it S, even though I have it at like a 9 out of 10. In terms of MCU,
Hmm.
This was a crazy theater viewing experience.
this was the most interesting, like crazy build up to a movie ever. This reached in-game levels of hype with all of the like I think we talked about this on the last week's episode, but the just the fact that everyone was talking about this, the leaks were going crazy. It was before AI. Andrew Garfield was going on interviews all the time, being like, "I'm not in it." There was the like people rumoring the rumor that Daredevil was going to be in it, like all the villains, and there was like just the pressure of Toby and Andrew, like, are they in the movie? Are they not in the movie?
Hmm.
Like, this movie's so cool, and it's in the same realm as Endgame, where you watch it after you watch all the Spider-Man movies. You don't just watch, and if I were to grade it as a movie, same with Endgame, I wouldn't say it's very good, but again, as an experience and a finale to all of those characters, I would say it's like as an experience, a triple S tier experience, especially like in theaters, like life experience, like growing up with all the Spider-Man movies, and then you like actually see your child like your childhood back in
Yeah.
front of your eyes, like Toby talking to Otto,
There's
and
fantastic character resolutions here. Like, yeah, all the Toby stuff I love.
no one has
Trying to
ever
do better, bro. That's fire.
oh, trying to do better. No one has ever Spider-Maned harder than Andrew Garfield in the final battle of No Way Home. No one has ever Spider-Maned more than him. He is Spider-Maning circles around the other two Spider-Man in that fight. And for some reason, his suit just looks 10 times better than anything else in that. Because like I sent you all the shot from that. Like I
Hmm.
don't know what it is about that suit, but it's just immune to looking bad. It's just such high quality. I This
I
movie is
love Toby
awesome.
catching the glider.
Yeah, yeah.
I love Andrew catching
Cat.
MJ.
Yeah,
That was
exactly. The
incredible.
two redemptions for him.
Yes.
Yeah. Whenever I watched this movie the other day, I cried like 6 times because they do so much dialogue every time that the three Spider-Man talk, where it's like they reference lines from those movies, and it's just so insane to see. Like your brain, it's just so crazy that your brain still doesn't process it, and every time you think about this movie, you're like, "That's a real movie." There is actually a movie with Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland Spider-Man fighting all of the villains. Like that
Yeah.
movie exists. It's just insane that you
Hmm.
can watch a movie like this. So for MCU, I would say S tier, but there are absolutely some flaws with it. It is a pretty ugly movie. Doctor Strange is not very good in it. The first third is it feels like Far From Home, but just I still just S tier. Like I can't not put an S tier after watching all of those. Like
I'm gonna make you not put it in S tier twin.
I'm
I
gonna
hate to do it to you.
I'm gonna
That
keep
movie, that movie's a low B, high C tier movie for me.
okay.
You know, I
Don't don't do me like that, bro. It's A tier.
I will
The
that's
it's
kind
the
of
it's
that's pretty
it
right.
is
That's pretty correct.
it is a
Because if
worse written movie than Endgame.
no, no,
It is
no,
more
no.
lazy. I don't know how can you possibly say that's written better than Endgame?
In-game is so
Endgame,
lazy, but they bring out time travel in the MCU after like there has been no time travel ever. And then they're just like, oh, go back in time, grab the Infinity Stones. Like that is
yeah,
so
yeah,
bad.
and they still do better at explaining that than explaining how all the Peter Parkers just magically create cures in the lab. You're telling me that lazy writing
And
isn't
that
apparent here in this movie
it
whenever it's
is.
all just
It's not nearly
it's
as important.
more
I feel like
obvious in
those
this
two things
movie.
are very adjacent because it's we're gonna take a notably intelligent character and just say they can do some wild thing for no reason. Like I
It's
think
a
it's the
comic
same
book
thing in
movie.
two
Like,
different fonts.
but in game, that is the
Hmm.
whole plot of the movie with No Way Home. That's just like a little thing they do at the end. It's not that important.
What?
Like, what you're gonna watch a
That's a
Spider-Man
pretty
movie?
important plot device, IMO.
That is the most important part of the movie. That's the whole reason that Peter, Toby, and or that Toby and Andrew are even there at all,
Okay,
is because the
let's
other
go
two are there.
through it.
It's the only way they resolve that situation.
The lizard cure makes sense. The electro cure makes sense because Andrew Garfield has done both of those, so he knows how to do that. So those work. Peter says that he's been thinking about a cure for Green Goblin for years, which makes sense because of everything that happened with Harry and Norman. So that's three. So that you're leaving Sandman and who's the other one? Why am I
Doc Ock.
That's still lazy. That's
Doc
still
Ock? And
lazy
Doc Ock was
writing.
already cured, so it's literally just Sandman that makes no sense. It's
It's
just
still
Sandman.
lazy. It's still lazy writing that they say, oh well, actually, Toby's been thinking of a cure for
It's in
Green Goblin
character
for a
though.
while, and he came up with it.
I don't think
It's not
that's
lazy.
lazy.
It's not lazy. It's so in care. It
That's
makes
so
sense.
lazy.
Yeah,
It's
but
not lazy.
it's
I
not a
would say it's convenient, but it's not
yeah.
lazy.
Yeah. Like it's not
That
bad writing.
lazy
It makes
writing, lady
sense.
convenience is very usually lazy writing. When it's something
Sure.
like that, that's that convenient. Yes,
Something
that's
can be
lazy writing.
lazily
Well,
written, but also still make sense in the narrative and not take you out of it because it very much makes sense of why he did that and what he's doing with that.
I think it works specifically because the character like that makes sense for Toby's Spider-Man. Like
Yeah, that's his
that
biggest flaw.
tracks.
His friend died because of it. His best friend, like, it totally makes sense. Even if it's like, oh, you just throw it in there, you don't question it because of the character of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and his relationship with that. So it's just Sandman that makes no sense. That's the only one because Peter 2 or Peter 3 or whatever has cured both of his villains. And then obviously Doc Ock got cured earlier in the movie by Tom Holland with the nanotech and taken off. All you
Yeah.
have to do is just freaking mess
Just
with
fix the fried chip.
the inhibitor chip, the Order 66 deal. I
That
don't mean
movie also has Ned doing magic. When we had an
yeah,
entire
that's bad.
first half
That
of
is
the
bad.
Doctor Strange movie, that's the entire movie,
That's
and that
bad. I
is a
think
Show me Peter.
that's I love I sometimes I go back in my camera roll and watch my theater reaction to that. Everyone just yeah. Oh, whenever he steps to the door, portal.
Portal. I mean,
What if he just stepped through the door of the apartment, bro? Oh my God. Low key, that may have been better because they wouldn't have Ned doing magic. I'm not gonna lie. But
I
I
think this is
love
a
this movie. I love this movie.
mid B tier movie.
I'm
Nah,
hey, low A. If in-game, okay, here's the thing. If let's just put it next to in-game. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as in-game.
not the
It,
same thing as Endgame. It's so much.
it
It's worse than
is.
Endgame.
It's not
The
worse.
only difference between this and Endgame for you, though, you only care about the fact that Tobey Maguire is in this movie. That's the
What do
only
you mean I
reason you
only?
actually like this movie
No, it's not.
as much as you do.
That is, I genuinely think that all the Andrew stuff is way better than all the Tom Holland stuff. I think that is like, in terms of the three Spider-Man and their content, that he's at the bottom because his arc was already complete. You just get like fun, oh, I like that. But in terms of an emotionally satisfying conclusion and good writing, the other two Spider-Man outshine it.
The
I
first half
gen
of this movie sucks.
First 30
If
minutes of this
anything,
movie are
half
mid.
the fir there's nothing of value to any of the scenes before Doc Ock shows up. And even then
I think it's a value. I don't think it's
it's
good.
lacking until they all get out of the prison that they're in, the basement that they have, the
I wouldn't
dungeon.
call it bad. I would say the first 40 minutes are mid. I would not say the first half is bad.
Out of how much
Well, I
I
know you wouldn't say that. You had glazed this movie.
You're like the only person I know that doesn't really love this movie, other than one other goober.
I think out of enjoyment, I do not like
It
ah
is the same as Endgame. It is exactly the same as Endgame. You don't
it's
look.
worse than Endgame.
It's
It's
Don't get
worse
me
than
nothing
Endgame.
wrong.
close to
There are
Endgame.
so many
It's
more
doing
compelling emotional plot points in Endgame than there are in moving parts that are actually done well in Endgame than there are in Spider-Man No Way Home.
but there is a lot of
I think Endgame is more
really good
impressive.
emotional resolutions in No Way Home as well.
It's the same.
Sure,
There's,
it's
I'm
not to the
telling
same
you.
scale as Endgame because nothing is to
I think,
the scale
yeah,
as Endgame,
obviously, nothing's to that scale.
but it's doing the same thing to a smaller scale. And it does a worse job. It does a worse job. It
Because
is
the
a
scale isn't as
worse
crazy.
movie. Well, I think there's
No,
a
I also think
reason
it's ugly. I
to
think it's
just the
really
scale.
ugly.
Sure. It is not as good as Endgame. A, in what it is trying to do. B, in scale. Like it is not as good as Endgame. I I don't like I probably enjoy it similar amounts. Like I would probably put it realistically between Endgame and Age of Ultron for this.
Let's make a new
Whether that be
tier.
high B or low A. I would prefer it be high B, honestly.
Let's make a No Way Home tier.
No would say home.
There you go. Oh,
What is that?
what the freak? How do I fix this? Hold up.
Move that one a tier down.
And then move everything?
I mean, you can do it either way.
No, I think you're right. I think this is faster. You're orange and you're gray. Okay, there we go. Boom.
It's in new tier.
My beautiful baby has his own tier. He's that good.
Can we make new A, please?
Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh no. What you gonna do? Oh no, it's triple S tier. What happened? All right, midnight.
I'm gonna drop. Hey, I'm gonna drop a quote from this movie.
Don't stay Scooby Doo this shit.
No, well, because I mean, that by the way is a part of the
Sucks,
first half of
bro.
that
I
movie.
hate it. It's so bad. Please, Scooby Doo that shit. It's horrible. Like, like it hurts.
It's really hard to have that good of a. That movie has three things they're trying to do. They're trying to, one, make an issue that brings and they don't care about the other characters, they just care about the Tobys. That brings the Tobys there. And then they have to resolve it. And then um and then ending the movie in general. Those are the only three things, and everything in between is just getting there instead of actually having substance. It's just let's try everything we can to just get Toby's there so that people will be satisfied because all they have to do is turn their brain off and be happy that Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield are here
That's true.
and then have them fight.
They care significantly more about that. They prioritize having people there than plot cohesivity.
The
I
ending
think the type
though.
of movie that No Way Home is like not good film. I don't think it's
I
good
don't think it's good film
filmmaking.
either. I would say it's bad film. I would say Endgame is bad film. But I would say it's a phenomenal experience and one of the most fun and enjoyable and happy and emotional journeys you will ever put your little brain on in your life. It's like shrooms,
It's just like shrooms.
maybe. Low
You
key.
just see you see familiar
You
faces
see Pete
and bright colors,
and you start crying for no
and
reason.
you start crying.
And you Scooby Doo this shit. All right. Mid as freak most over. Okay. This is people either hate it or they love it, but I think everyone should hate it.
I have
I
the
I
skin in Fortnite.
I love I love the suit. The suit is gorgeous. I think it is one of the best MCU suits. Anyway, that's everything good about it is that and the fact that Oscar Isaac is a good actor. That those are the only good things about it.
What?
It's here. It is worse than Far From Home.
Yeah, I agree.
Bro, I don't like to going back. I found the quote I was looking for. I don't like when Tobey Maguire says, can we rewind it back to the I'm
I
lame
love
part
the little
because you are
amazing bit.
not."
You are amazing.
You don't like
You're
that?
amazing. That's awesome.
Oh,
I
I think
love that.
I know
I love it. So
the
cute.
you just stated a completely different line. I'm not talking about that line. I'm talking about the line that I said.
Say it.
Everything up until he says you're yeah, say it again.
Can we rewind it back to the I'm lame part because you are not.
Well,
That is
because
corny.
what's the first half of a joke? Because then you get to the joke, which is you're amazing. Also, shocking, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is corny. Like,
I think that's fine. I like that.
yeah. Also, he's like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is like the corniest little goofy dude ever.
Yeah.
He low-key might be autistic. I genuinely don't hate that like concept. Anyway, all right, Multiverse of Madness.
So
I
Interesting.
forgot
disappointing.
about the editing too. Holy. Multiverse of
The editing
Madness
is
is
bad.
the worst written movie, is the worst written MCU movie.
Um,
It's
okay.
really, really
Okay.
I
bad.
think that's a good take.
I don't hate that
The
take.
magic the
I think
magic
Iron
system
Man.
is the absolute most ambitious magic system they've had in all the MCU and the
Yeah.
worst execution of
Execution.
anything they've done.
I will
Yeah.
It is literally the worst example of of magic in any movie I've
I think
seen
that is a
or heard of.
amazing take.
This is a bad movie. Yeah, I hate the way they handle Scarlet Witch in this movie. I think there's a lot of
Mm.
style,
There's a lot because Sam Raimi
but
is the GOAT, but the directing is peak and everything else is bad.
the directing is good and the writing is bad.
Yes, and the performances are pretty fun.
Yeah.
I just think it's just the writing, chat.
I don't
And
like when you say
It's
it's just the
abysmal.
writing because the writing is literally what makes is
I
like
know.
the main
Okay.
part of the movie.
I know it's the main part. That's why it's not good, but there's cinematography, there's score, there's performances, there's emotion, there's
He's
all
not
that.
he's not saying it's just the writing, so it's an S.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's just the writing, so it's fine. I'm saying the only bad thing about this movie is the writing, which is most of the movie, which is why the movie isn't good. Same with TASM
Yeah,
2. The writing of that movie is bad, but everything else is like really good other than the Green Goblin character design.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, that's wrong. I love that movie. I
I
don't.
agree with that.
Thank you.
The Electro design also sucks in that movie, by the way.
You're right. You're
Electro
right.
looks
You're right.
terrible.
You're right. You're right. He looks horrible.
And Rhino. Rhino also sucks in that
I
movie. I
think
hate.
if I
They
think
shouldn't have had Rhino in that
I think
movie.
the actor for Rhino sucks, or I don't think the act. I gotta be careful. I like Paul Giamatti. I don't think he's a good Rhino, but I low key in terms of a realistic TASM style. I think a giant mech works for the character of Rhino in like the 2010s style of comic book movies. I think that's fine. It sucks because the acting is goofy
I
and
just don't think Rhino should be in a 2010s themed movie.
that's
I
a
don't
good
think
take.
Rhino works as a movie character.
That's a good take. Like it works as like a
Yeah, but
TV
Multiverse of
SUV.
Madness
Yeah.
sucks.
Anyway, I would say it's better than what do we okay. In terms of entertainment, I would
I
put it
think
above a lot of these, but in terms of a movie, I would not.
Yeah.
I think
So,
it's I have it at, like high E. I think E
oh wow.
like number one in E is where it would be for me.
That's where I would put it too.
Oh, I think it's much better than like half of these, but whatever. All right, that's fine. First episode
The
of
fact that
No, I don't.
sorry,
I don't agree with
finish.
that. Go ahead, Chip.
Yeah, you were going.
um Wan Wanda literally like destroys everyone. She literally takes away the mouth of Black Bolt and then is later defeated in the movie by
Gets
America
punched.
Chavez punching her.
Yeah, that's so dumb, bro. Thankfully, it has sauce, or it would be like on F.
Yeah. And I love sauce.
Yeah.
And it's covering this movie.
Love
This movie is
Sam
loaded
Raimi.
sauce.
You have Sam Raimi to thank for that. The
I
first
love
episode.
Dead Doctor Strange. I love
Yeah.
Dead Doctor Strange. I love
Yeah,
Darkhold.
the
I
zombie
hate
stuff.
I hate the visual of the third eye. I think that's awful
Oh,
CGI.
the end credit scene.
Truly evil. Yeah. Um,
Oh yeah.
that looks
Bad.
And
That's
so
like a
bad.
horrible,
that random
horrible.
woman showing up that never gets mentioned again.
Yeah, there's
Also,
no way.
America Chavez doesn't get mentioned again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like important.
It isn't going to be.
This is like a really good example of Phase 4, like big stuff that will never get mentioned again.
Yeah.
The first episode of Miss Marvel is amazing, and throughout the entire show, she is one of the greatest MCU characters. However, it sucks and it's bad. But I love Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel. That is one of the greatest comic book. That was low key a snub on our draft. She's great. The character is great. The show sucks. The first episode has sauce. That's all I have to say about
The
that
first
show.
episode looks really good.
Like that's all. That's just all I have to say. Those are my 3 points. The
I
first episode has sauce. Iman Vellani is perfect, and the show sucks.
from this point, this is where I check out for most because Multiverse of Madness I was very hyped for because of again, big Doctor Strange guy over here. So this kind of killed Marvel for me at how bad it was. So I haven't seen a lot of these next
Yeah.
projects.
I also
This,
haven't because Miss Marvel
yeah.
was not something I was interested in, so I only watched the first episode.
This is where they were just
Also,
starting
Ragnarok. Ragnarok also ruined a lot of this for me.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
But
that's what
yeah,
I meant.
yeah.
I
Anyway,
was about to
I like
say,
this poster, but I hate to do it to him. I think okay, let's chill. It just sucks because Iman Vellani is so good. I hate putting it in an F tier, but she got done dirty. Speaking of getting done dirty, wow. Thor, Love and Thunder.
I
Coming off of Ragnarok and Infinity War and it was kind of all right, but
I
this
think this
may be
movie's
the
better than
most.
Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
I don't think so.
I think it's got the same issues, but I think there's better visual, like better style than in this movie than
from what I
multiverse.
have seen of
That's
this
crazy.
movie, from what I have seen of this movie, I love the visuals, especially of the villain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
that's
I
everything
really
with
what I'm
Christian
talking
Bale.
about.
They wasted Christian Bale,
yes,
but I don't even know if I. Okay. They did kind of waste him, but he's also really good. So it's just they wasted him in a bad movie by putting him in this. It's great though. He's great.
I think
I think it's
how
so unfunny. This is the most painfully unfunny like Marvel thing ever. It hurts. Like it hurts so bad.
They put screaming goats
I know the screaming
in
goats
this movie.
suck. It also looks
that's
like a
bad.
TV. The CGI is horrible. The green screens are so bad. It is one of the worst looking blockbusters I've ever seen, other than the gore scenes. Like it looks like a TV show. I think every TV show that the MCU has done looks more cinematic than this. This looks like a made for TV. And this is where you run into the issue of everything starting to look really bad because they have made these actors so famous that the entire budget goes to the actors because they had to pay Russell Crowe, Natalie Portman, Christian Bale, and Chris Hemsworth to be in this movie, and that's like your whole budget, and they had like freaking $5 left to make this movie look good.
Yeah.
Not that these movies made Christian Bale and Natalie Portman famous, but I'm just saying they picked or Russell
They
Crowe,
they picked crazy expensive actors.
and they shouldn't have done it.
I don't know if this is better or worse than Far From Home.
It's worse. I promise it's. I rewatched. Just trust me. I recently rewatched Far From Home. It's worse than Far From Home.
It's
It's
better
worse
than
than
Black
Moon
Widow.
Knight. Yeah, it's worse than. Is it? Yeah. No. What? No. It's worse than Black Widow because
Moon
Black Widow.
Knight, bad.
It's bad. It's worse than Moon Knight. It's
Moon
worse.
Knight, Moon Knight is stupid, but it's not that bad. Well, I don't know, because Moon Knight is like a bigger fall off than like WandaVision.
Hmm. I think between Hulk and Black Widow because there are some entertaining select. I think it's worse than Black Widow. I think it's really, really bad. Also, another plot line that's going to be dropped is at the end of this movie, Thor has a daughter and lives with his daughter. That's not in Doomsday, bro. They're not doing that in Doomsday. Like they're just not acknowledging this. You don't need
Yeah.
to watch this movie, which is so sad because I was so excited. Like everyone was hyped for this movie because Ragnarok is so good, and it like the posters look so cool. It looks so fun. But wow, this is one of the most tragic comic book movie
The beautiful poster,
failures.
By the way,
the one I'm looking at.
Thor: Love and Thunder, the situation with I don't remember her name, but Natalie Portman in Thor: Love and Thunder explains that Tony Stark is kind of a really bad person, which we kind of know that he's not a great dude, but well,
Wait,
for
what do you
in
mean?
some situations, like yeah, because the fact that he developed nanotech um in Infinity War and chose not to like cure cancer and do stuff like that with that level of advanced technology, and we still have cancer canonically in Marvel, even though like him discovering something like nanotech is absolutely something that would save millions of lives.
I think in that at this point, you just got to chalk it up to Cape shit. I don't think that's I mean,
Well,
it's a
yeah,
fair
but it's
complaint, but
still
like,
it's
I also wouldn't say that's a problem with this movie. And I think that the cancer arc
well,
for
no, not with this
Jane
movie.
Foster. Oh, okay.
It's just adding to. I think that's kind of an issue with Infinity War because I feel like Bruce Banner's reaction to Iron Man having nanotech should have been more visceral, considering that they're both scientists.
There's a lot going on. I don't know. That's just where you throw fun Cape shit at the wall, and it's really cool to watch. But I guess yeah, if you think about it. But I don't really think of that hard when it comes to some stuff like that
I'm reading some reviews on Letterboxd
for Thor.
for Love and Thunder. And the first one I see is great first draft. Excited to see when it's finished.
Uh, Christian took the money and got God. The fact that the one of the highest liked reviews is just absolutely dog shit movie.
Yeah.
Half star. Also, Taika Waititi puts himself in this whole movie because Korg is present throughout. the whole dang flick.
That's annoying.
Anyway, I would say it's worse than Black Widow. I would probably put it in F tier above Miss Marvel. No, okay. I would put it below Black Widow in E tier. There you go. All right. Did you watch She-Hulk?
No.
Okay. Just trust me on this. It's not that bad. This is like it's a comedy show. People gotta calm down, but it also is bad. But again, it's a comedy. Let's chill out. Also, the Daredevil episode is great. This is the first time we got Daredevil back, but like not just a random cameo from Matt Murdock. It was like actual Daredevil. Werewolf by Night was a special. It's directed by Michael Giacchino, by the way. So random. It's awesome. It's he also made the score for it, obviously. But yeah, it's really interesting to me that the person who made the scores for like The Incredibles, the Batman, No Way Home trilogy, or the Home trilogy, like it's really cool that he made an MCU project. It's awesome, and it is so well directed. It's black and white, and it's like made on film. This is awesome. This is
This is
great stuff.
cool.
This is great. Drew, I might watch this for spooky season. Y'all would both love this. This is
I don't
really
know that I
cool.
knew this existed, if I'm being honest.
It's 45 minutes. Pop it on, fellas. It's great.
55,
I just
10.
never watched
Okay, I'm
it.
sorry.
We can watch it.
Y'all should watch it. It's really fun. It's a freaking werewolf horror. It's so cool.
It
It
has a
is
It's black
so
and white
3.5.
too, right?
And Swamp Thing is in it, and the
Is this,
CGI is
wait, is
insane. It's
this,
also practical. They use
what's
like
the aspect ratio on this, John?
IDK. Don't remember, but
If it's
they
4:3, I'm gonna be hype.
probably not. I think they changed the aspect ratio several times in this. It's very fun, and
Ooh,
they
I can run with
also
that.
they use a practical Swamp Thing in this, and it's like a huge animatronic of Swamp Thing, and then they put a little bit of CGI over it. It looks awesome. This is great. This is like I would give this low A. This is awesome. Okay, let's chill. I would put it between
Who's
Hawkeye.
directing Swamp Thing?
No, you're thinking of, or I meant Man Thing. Swamp Thing is a DC property, and that's going to be directed by, oh shoot, who did Logan and Girl
James
Interrupted?
Mangold.
James Mangold. But this is Man Thing. I misspoke. Swamp Thing's DC. Man Thing is the Marvel version. Anyway, I would put it between Hawkeye and Avengers: Age of Ultron. This is great. This is awesome.
So,
And if this was like the one thing that Disney Plus had done that year, it would have been great. However, this is the same year as a bunch of BS, so no one watched it.
um,
It's great.
Werewolf by Night is 2.39 to 1,
That is
which is very common for horror movies of like the golden age generation.
so fun.
But it's
It's so
funny because I looked at the aspect ratio, and one of the first things that pops up is a Reddit post saying if Marvel had balls, the whole movie would be in 4:3.
Yeah, I agree. But I like it. It's very fun. And it's just so cool that it's directed by Michael Giacchino. That's my goat of freaking scores. Not actually, there's like two, but I prefer him. I don't know. Anyway, Wakanda Forever. I love this movie. I love Wakanda Forever. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's see just the fact that the vibe I'm getting from everything post Endgame is just so different that I'm already
Feels cheaper.
coping by
Feels
everything is
cheaper.
like raised a point because the bar is so low. Like this might be a 7 out of 10 movie, but the fact that we've been ranking She-Hulk, Thor, Love and Thunder, and Miss Marvel makes me want to give it like an 8 out of 10, which I do give it an 8 out of 10. But I do think it's very good. I also love how long it is. I actually like the length of this movie being like pretty long. I've only seen it once, but I can't wait to rewatch it on the Doomsday rewatch. I'm like very excited. I wouldn't say it's perfect. There's definitely a lot of flaws, but it's very emotional and it's way better than the first Black Panther. Way better.
I like that movie a lot. I
I
do.
thought
I
this
would
movie's
also say
awesome.
it's better.
Do you want to go A or high B or low A?
Low A.
I think it's actually better than Endgame.
I also think it's better than. I have that movie at like a 9 out of 10 or
I
like a
have it
9.25 out of 10.
8.5. It's a banger. Actually, really,
Well,
really good.
I am
on
opinionless.
re on rewatch, I would probably bump it down a little bit more
I would too.
because I've seen some scenes from that. Like Ironheart sucks in that movie.
Hmm.
Really everything regarding Ironheart really sucks in that movie.
Everett
They
Ross.
don't need to have like Night Angel or whatever that character is.
I forgot about
Um,
Night Angel. Oh yeah, you're right. The
like
best.
the random mechs that they have in that
Yeah.
movie is so
Yeah.
stupid. It's just too big scale for that.
It
It's so
chop off
they
30
should have
minutes
been
and chop off all of
yeah,
that stuff
and
that you just mentioned.
yeah, cut off half the characters, just keep the Wakandans in the movie in the
Hmm.
Wakandan
Yeah.
themed stuff. Like stop doing like stop adding
Try
in
trying to
like
make these.
Stark themed character or Stark themed suits.
Yeah, especially because they're
Just do
also,
Wakanda.
especially if they're gonna make an Ironheart show, bro. You don't have to introduce her in Wakanda Forever. But I am very happy that an actual like great phase 4, 5, whatever freaking in
Yeah.
movie exists. But it definitely could have
Because
been a lot better.
even though they didn't handle the death of
T'Challa. They did as
Chadwick
I really
Boseman
think they
well,
did as good as they could. I mean, what are
I
you supposed to
yeah, I mean
do?
I don't think there was much they could do with it.
Yeah, it's
And
an
I also
unfortunate
think it does
situation.
I think if you dwell on that, you're kind of an idiot.
Yeah, no.
If you're whining about that because the
Hmm.
movie has to move on from that as soon as possible,
Yeah,
or else
but the
you're going to dwell on
beginning,
something you can't do.
but the tribute at the beginning where they basically do like a Chadwick Boseman tribute with the funeral. I'm just very happy
Yeah.
that the movie like this is, and I am excited to watch it for the Doomsday rewatch. But I do think I will lower it. But I do love it. I think this movie is really cool, and I'm happy that also the directing with like the ocean scenes where it's like the Namor birth scene that's shot so beautifully because Ryan Coogler is great, and it's way better directed than the first movie. Anyway, moving on. The only
Hmm.
reason we're even glazing it is because we've been dealing with so much garbage. Not the only reason. It's good, but anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Trip, don't you not like this? This is good.
I didn't fully watch this. I only watched the first half of it.
Okay. Just again, just trust me. It's good. It's fun. I like it.
Mm,
It's very fun.
mm.
I like it. Oh boy. Everyone's favorite Marvel movie.
I like this more than y'all do. I can guarantee that.
You probably can,
You
but
should not put No
it's
Way. Why don't you put No Way Home in between A and B?
because then it's just hard to look at aesthetically because you see a weird difference. I just put it at the bottom. It's fine. Doesn't really matter.
I just process it as us saying that it is the by far the worst Marvel movie and that it deserves its own tier, just like James Corden.
If you
Well,
want
that's
me to
why
give
it's
it,
great. That's why it's
hey, I
great.
told you I'll put it all the way at the top. Anyway,
I don't
this
think I think Quantumania is better than Captain Marvel. I don't know about Miss Marvel.
it's better than Miss Marvel. Oh no, shit. They both
It's
suck.
better.
This it's the F tier, bro. It really doesn't matter. It all sucks, unfortunately.
There's just not a lot of good in Quantumania.
No,
Well, Jonathan Majors as King is actually good, but
that's it. That's
that
it.
kind of doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
That's
It
the
the
issue.
one good part doesn't matter, and he also gets defeated by ants. What the hell?
Yeah.
The fact that this was supposed to be the setup, and the fact that now canonically he gets defeated by Ant-Man because you have all this build up for
Yeah.
Kang, and now the actual ending for him was getting defeated by Ant-Man.
Isn't he coming back though?
There's no way. They're probably just
Isn't
gonna have to be
Jonathan
like,
Majors coming back?
no, there's no way. They're totally just gonna be like, yeah, Doom killed all the freaking arena of Kangs. That's what they have to do, and I think that's fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
a
fine with that.
good
It would have been a
movie,
stupid movie.
guys. There's a really, really good
I
movie we get to
love
talk
this
about.
movie.
S tier movie.
Amazing.
S
I'm okay
S
with that.
S.
I wouldn't put it in S, but I'm just very okay with that because it's great. I love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm also very
I
happy that that movie exists.
I had a good experience watching this movie because it was very good.
I have it at 8.5 for 4.5 stars. I love it. I don't love it as much as the other two. And I think there are some big problems for me personally, especially with the way that I like these movies. There's 5 fake out deaths. They don't kill anyone, but I still love it. It's
This is such a
I
great.
good
think this is my best one.
resolution for the Guardians.
Why you like it more than the other two Guardians of the Galaxy movies?
I don't like it more. I think it
Um,
No
works as
trip,
a
no
resol.
trip.
Oh,
yeah,
trip.
yeah. This is my number 39, and Guardians 2 is my number 58.
Yeah, that's
And
wrong,
Guardians
but
3 is
whatever.
my.
In terms of comic book movies,
I don't
this
think
is
Guardians 3
number.
is on this list.
I prefer 3 to 1, but I prefer 2 to 3.
Well,
I prefer
Guardians
2 to 1.
1 is 69.
Okay. In terms of comic book movies for me, this is 27. it should be above some of these, or Endgame should actually just be lowered. So it's 26, is what I'm gonna say. Honorable mention of the top 25. It's very good, but there's just some flaws I cannot overlook. I think it's insane. I hate the scene where you think Peter Quill's gonna die, and he just doesn't. And I also, you know what? But I was listening to a podcast, one of the podcasts I listened to, and someone was saying that what they should have done in that scene is instead of Adam Warlock saving him, also Adam Warlock in that movie isn't good,
I
but
agree.
what they were saying is instead of Adam Warlock saving him, Gamora should have saved him, and it would have reflected the scene in the first movie where Peter goes out and puts the mask on her. And if Gamora had just done that after realizing how much Peter, because it's like new Gamora, and if she once she realizes how much Peter actually cares about these people and how much watching how much everyone loves Peter, because the movie's about like love, and then she understands that even though it isn't the real Gamora, and she does that, makes that sacrifice, and shows her character development, that would have I would have been okay with that scene. But
Yeah.
it's to the point where once I heard that, I was like, there's no way James Gunn didn't just not put that because it would have been too peak because he was working at DC. Because that's such a crazy overlook of a like beginning to end of these two characters and how you should have written that. And it makes me
Adam
like the
Warlock
Yeah.
was very disappointing because as
yeah,
a comic book character, he's so interesting
he's so cool.
and he's so cool. And
Yeah,
just
bro.
the aura of your name being him.
Yeah, brother. He's literally him.
He is him.
I do like this movie though, like a lot. But
This movie is very funny and very, very sad.
it's yeah, it's so emotional. The ending is so with Dog Days. Yeah, great, great, great. This is my least favorite Marvel thing ever, and it's bad, and I don't want to talk about it because I hate it and it sucks, and I don't like that it exists, and it makes me want to kill myself. Next is the Marvels. Overhated. I don't think it's that bad, but it's not good. But it is very fun, but it's not very good. I would put it.
I know of this movie and I've seen clips from it, and it looks like there's absolutely just nothing going for it. It just looks so stupid.
It's
This
it's
was such a
fun. I
terrible
love Miss
idea.
Marvel, and I love. I think it was a great idea. I think it was poorly executed. I love basically the dynamic between this is obviously the best. This is the best Captain Marvel is in anything. She's really fun in this. Her suit is good. Whenever this movie is good, is whenever it's uh just the three Marvels actually interacting, hanging out, and everything else is bad. So it's like 40% really fun, and I really like it, and 60% just horrible. So I would say it's since I've seen it, I'm gonna put it here. Oh no, I forgot.
Okay.
This is the worst thing ever. This is the worst, maybe the worst show I've ever seen. Maybe the worst comic book project I've ever seen. This is Echo. This is Echo. She got her spinoff from Hawkeye for no reason. I don't want to talk about it's bad. Never watch this,
I didn't watch it.
especially as a
Don't watch
Daredevil
it.
fan. Trip, don't watch this.
Apparently, Kingpin gets shot in the face
That was in
and it
Hawkeye.
doesn't really do anything. Oh, that was in Hawkeye.
I
I
don't, I
don't
don't
know that.
know. I'm not too mad
I don't
about that,
remember that
but
in
it's the way they
Hawkeye.
handle it in this. It's not good. The only thing I could say good is that Vincent D'Onofrio, hot take, he's good as Kingpin, but it sucks. I hate it. It's the worst. It's terrible. I thought all along, bro. This was a horrible run. This sucks too. I also, however, I won't even say it's bad. It's just the most not for me ever. I'm not lesbian, and I am not really into witchcraft type vibe, and I'm not a girl. And if I was those three things, I would probably think this was a fun time. So I won't call it bad, but I will say it's not for me, and I'm gonna say it is still better than all of these. Actually, I don't know what I'm thinking. It's better. It's the best of the F tier enjoyment wise, but objectively, I'd probably put it like a high E, maybe a low C, but not for me. And anyway, Brave New World, mid. Trip, what'd you give this?
Brave New
What
World,
a
I
hit.
gave like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to talk about this at all. Do you think it's worse than Love and Thunder?
Let me see what I gave it.
Okay.
Um, what is this? Wait, this is different. Give it a 5 out of 10. It is really like the middest movie of all time. It's better
Mm-hmm.
than Thor: Love and Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is.
Think this?
Uh,
You like that?
no, I personally would put it at the top of E.
Let's average it out and put it like here. It's ugly. I do remember. I initially, whenever I first watched it, I gave it a 6.5, and the more I thought about it, it was bad. But that also means it's pretty entertaining. I love the airship, the like airship battle. I think that stuff is really awesome. The like flight stuff. I think it's great. But no, it's not good. Okay, guys, we actually have some good movies or good stuff. Slap, bitch. Okay, Fantastic
Yeah, I just hit
Four,
a
but
crazy center field home run.
Fantastic Four we're not counting. But
What?
sure, do you want to count this as just all of Daredevil and just throw it?
Oh, if we're counting it as all of Daredevil, that is probably the number one
It
project,
it it
MCU
deserves. Oh
project.
yeah, it deserves its own tier. If we were to, it would get a No Way Home, but like a Daredevil tier above S.
But I feel like I wouldn't. Would it be even like there's not the other Netflix shows on there?
I'm just asking if you want to count it as that, since that's what we've seen, and the other Netflix show, like, you know what I mean? They are MCU canon. They're just not on here,
No,
but
I don't
we
want
haven't
to
seen
count
them
the
anyway.
Netflix shows. I don't. I feel like that's kind of unfair because of just
They're
how much
canon.
there is. Because it's well, it's the only that's the only show that's above 2 seasons long in this whole thing, and I feel like that just
I
that
know,
gives
but
it such a huge edge, and that wouldn't be fair.
even if it were
And it's
just season
also
one, it would be in its own S tier though.
well, I think we should just it should just be Born Again. I think we should just keep it as that and remove the Netflix shows because they're not like we don't have the other Netflix shows on here.
All right. Just side note, if they were Daredevil would be S, obviously. But if you want
Yeah.
to count
eh,
just I would put it like here if it were just Born Again.
Um, Born Again
I rewatched
alone,
it. It's not that bad. And it's
episode
an
5 is really bad. Everything else is really good.
I like it. I think I would
I
actually put it like
I think it
here.
yeah, I think you're putting it too low. I think
Okay. I like it a
I
lot.
would put it I think I'd put it below Winter Soldier. No, I don't even know if I'd yeah, I'd put it below Winter Soldier.
I really like it. But season two I'm hyped for because it's like actually not with the stupid writing situation.
Yeah.
I'm so
Because
excited for
otherwise that
season two. Oh
because I
my
mean
God.
if we had all episodes 7, 8 or 8, 9 in episode 1 I didn't even care for as much as
I,
most
I,
people
I,
did.
I liked it. I liked it
Episode
a
8
lot.
and 9 were really good.
They were amazing because they're, the
Like
actual people who did it.
if it yeah, if it was
And
all
you
that, it would
can,
be high
and
S.
even throughout episodes two through like seven, you can still tell when those people came in and worked on it. And those scenes are amazing. Like the conversation between Matt and Frank in in like Frank's basement.
Yeah.
Like it's still good.
Hmm.
Side note again, obviously, like we just said, if Netflix Daredevil were on here, it would be like freaking triple S.
Thunderbolts, I think, is a
I like
high B.
Thunderbolts, but I'm okay with
I
that.
really
I'm okay
like
with that.
Thunderbolts. I think High B is good.
I think that's good. Well, alrighty. Oh, this is an MCU, but if we were to put Fantastic Four, I would put it in A tier,
I would
I would
also
also
put it
put
in
it
A
in A
tier.
tier.
and I would put this in like low B tier, maybe C tier, probably low B tier.
I would put this in C tier. I really like the CGI in that movie. I love the
I think it's
her like freaking hand in the face action.
yeah,
I love that. So well done. I love when she freaking I would say degloves, but skeletonizes
Chris, uh,
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Yeah, fun movie. Ironheart is the only piece of MCU that I have not watched because other than Jessica Jones and the Netflix stuff. I need to, but it's so long, bro. It's so long. I don't want to, but I'll have
How
to
many episodes is it?
eventually. Six, bro. It's a whole Disney Plus show.
Isn't it like apparently really bad?
No, it's apparently really mid, or really 4 out of 10, like not goodish, midish, but not terrible. It's just the fact that it's so long. Like, but I will eventually get to it before like I don't know. I'll watch it eventually. It's on my letterbox watch list, so I have to. Plus, it's the only
Hmm.
MCU content I have not seen, so I also have to for that reason. But yeah, what if isn't
Yeah.
canon. I hate whenever people call it what if canon. I hate whenever people call X-Men 97 can't. Thankfully, it's not on here. This guy's not a dumbass. Apparently, the new Marvel Zombie show is kind of fun. Also not canon to MCU. Um, yeah, next project's Vision Quest isn't on here, but Wonder Man, Vision Quest, uh, Blade. Yeah. Well, that's the tier list. I freak with this tier list. I would just have No Way Home in S, and I would have Guardians in low A if I were to make my personal changes. I would also move Iron Man 2 down to low E. But other than that, I like this. This isn't bad. Okay, let's stop sharing. That was a How long was that? That was a fat minute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably like the whole
It's
episode.
been 2 hours. Yeah.
MCU is long. We'll just do the other stuff another time. It's a long episode. Thank you for
Yeah.
watching the MCU tier list episode.
Yeah.
Next week we're gonna do best first date movies and the highest comic book movies on Letterboxd.
Well, should be significantly less time per John.
Per John, yeah. I thought this would be a lot shorter, but there's just so much stuff.
Hmm.
I If it wasn't spooky season, I would go watch Guardians 2 after that conversation. Like I literally just started crying talking about Yondu an hour ago. But yeah. It also just makes me sad because the vibe whenever we were ranking stuff up till Endgame just felt completely different whenever we started ranking
Hmm.
stuff after Endgame. The second I saw WandaVision with like the Disney Plus logo, I was just like, ugh.
Quick aside with the because I rewatched it today. Um, with the fact that we just got a How to Train Your Dragon live action movie, it opens up very, very real possibility of a Prince of Egypt live action movie.
That's true. But would the cast be whitewashed?
No,
Probably.
No, they wouldn't need
I
to
would be
be.
incredibly surprised.
I would not be surprised. I would hate it,
What
obviously.
makes you, why wouldn't you be surprised in
The
today's
cast of Aladdin wasn't
diversity climate?
whitewashed.
Yeah, but then you need such a star cast for a movie like this. And so they're just gonna cast a bunch of
There's some really good Middle Eastern people in the
I'm not
acting
saying they're not
sphere. You
good, but
got
they're not star status, unfortunately.
I don't think because the original cast was such like star
Whitewashed,
power
by the
that you
way.
would
That
need
was
it.
also a
That's
whitewashed
true.
cast.
That was a whitewash cast
And
because it
that's
oh
was
animated.
yeah, it was
insane star power, but I don't think it needs to be. I don't think it
yeah.
needs to have insane stars
I don't
personally.
either. But I'm not saying what it should be. I'm saying what I think they would do. And I think that's something they do. Also said no, I made a what I'll be raising my kids on list, and I didn't think it would be this long, but I ended up putting 180 movies on here.
Holy poop.
It's a lot. And in my head I was like kind of thinking ages 8 through or 1 through 8. So like because I was trying to think if I'm raising my kid like a 10-year-old, I would put like the whole MCU on there and I'm just not doing that. So I kind of like went right before they're allowed to watch like PG-13 movies. So I have like the first 3 Harry Potter movies on there, but not the rest.
Hmm.
All the Charlie Brown, all the Spider-Man movies. They, I think that would be fine for them. I think they'd be okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna raise my kids good. I got all the Star Wars, obviously. Anyway, thank you for watching the MCU tier list episode, basically. And next week we will do a lot more segments because this was a long thing. Toodles.
Yeah.